Hey, welcome back to my brain. It's been a while, but I'm still the same. I smell like ash and I still can't rap, but I banged your girl and her ass was fat. Powerful. Bro, you're drinking with no mixer?
No mixer, baby.
I feel like you're
Never.
showing me up every time. I cannot do that, bro. I feel like I'm drinking nail polish whenever I do that shit.
Dude, the actual reason is I just do not have I have like the opposite of a sweet tooth. I have like an aversion to like
You like it
really
bitter.
sugary things. Yeah. I mean, it's actually rare that like sometimes I will crave like chocolate. That's like the only sweet thing that I'm ever like craving, but I can't do
Thought you
like
were talking about
sugary
chocolate
mixers.
women.
That is what I meant. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Baby.
Yeah.
It's
But
good to
yeah.
see you again, my friend.
Yeah, good
It's
to see you
excellent.
again.
Cheers.
We didn't actually
Cheers.
cheers. We did not actually see each other. Mm.
Last episode, the critically acclaimed blowing Gabby J's back out.
That was really fun though. I feel like we got kind of like a mixed response to it. I think people liked us
Well, I
playing the
get. I
video
think
game
people are
out.
used to being able to just listen to the audio and then occasionally tune in to see our beautiful faces. I'm
Yes.
sweating right now, dude. I had one of those like I don't know if it's showing up, but I thought it was a pimple, but it was actually just like a weird blackhead. So now I look like I've converted to like the Hinduism or whatever.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's excellent. I
It's
love it.
pretty
I've made
badass. Yeah.
myself look like a freak.
That's just a YouTube exclusive. So the people that are listening don't have the visual if they're
Exactly,
on
yeah. So if you're
Spotify.
on
Yeah.
Spotify, which our Spotify, it's going crazy, dude.
I know. What is up with
It
that? We
says we
don't
have an
we
audience of like 500 unique people, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Where are you guys coming from? And also, we don't plug the Spotify at all. Like,
Ever,
I
dude?
never
Yeah.
have posted about Spotify. Yeah.
I
I don't
wonder,
know.
I'm
I
assuming
don't
it
know.
just has something to do with podcast people who like are seeing it because we did get that message. We were like number 15 Poland
I
for
know.
arts. So I'm wondering if European guys are like, ooh, this looks interesting, and like
Yeah.
fucking
I mean,
clicking on it.
I do think that there's something probably just different with the Spotify algorithm. Like they
Mhm.
maybe are suggesting us to people who listen to other podcasts that maybe they deem like similar. But and I've heard I feel like I've mentioned this before, but like you know that the people who work for the Spotify like main offices, like the actual playlist creators
Mhm.
at Spotify, are kept like top secret. Like they're like
Oh, so no one
literally,
can bribe them or whatever.
it's pretty much yeah that they keep it completely under wraps. Like they like hide them away in secret facilities. So you literally cannot like try to threaten them or
Bro, they're
coerce them.
probably fucking chained underground in like the basement of fucking
It,
Spotify HQ or some
but
shit.
dude, that shit is real. You have Spotify, right? Or do you Apple
I
Music?
don't. I don't have any. Dude,
Oh,
I
you don't have
literally
any?
listen to the same 10 songs. Every month it'll change because I'll hear a new song I like and add it to the YouTube rotation, but I
Yeah.
literally just listen on YouTube.
It's like, please, I've been listening to the Numa Numa song since
Dude, that song,
2005.
I literally thought about that song the other day and played it. That thing was a banger, bro. Do you
Absolute
remember how
banger.
easy it was to go viral? That fat
Well,
dude literally just
yeah.
listened to Numa Numa and was fucking doing
Isn't that
this, and people were like,
crazy?
oh, I need more of this shit.
Oh,
I
dude,
need more
this
of this
is
shit,
what I
brother.
know. There's so many videos that I think have been just like lost to the sands of time. But if you showed them to me again now, I would be like, oh my God, I watched this video like a million times. Do you remember the video?
The jar
Uh,
guy,
the
where he puts
jar
a
guy
jar. You
in
have to
his
have
ass. Oh,
seen
and
Jar
he
Guy,
puts it in his ass.
and it breaks, and
And
his
it
asshole
breaks.
starts bleeding.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw something. Somebody in high school showed me a video of a guy shitting into a cup, like a glass. I
Mhm.
saw that, and then do you remember the video Scarlet Takes a Tumble? Did you ever see that one?
Is that the one where she's doing grapes?
And no, it's that's a funny one too. But no, this is like a girl. It's like a big girl, and she's like singing. I don't know if it's for an audition tape or something like that, but she's singing, and she gets up. She stands up onto her coffee table, and it's like as soon as she steps on, it makes this creaking noise that you're like,
Please help me!
you're like,
Please, please
you're
help!
like, no, 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 that is not going to and she still sings for another like 30 seconds and then she like takes a step slightly too far on it and just oh my God, I wish we should link it in the break. It's such a funny video
All
because she
right.
goes her feet go up and she goes down and she takes
Yeah,
tumble.
this
Scarlet
sounds
takes
like
tumble.
something I'd enjoy.
It's
Dude,
funny.
I do have to shout this guy out though.
Who's that?
By the way, if you guys notice, we did the video game thing last time, but we'll sprinkle those in, or we're also working on potentially like a Patreon with like some bonus episode type stuff. So we
Hmm.
might just delegate the video game stuff to there. But this guy saw we were playing Super Punch Out, and I still haven't looked at the game yet, but I guess there's like a knockoff version of the game on Steam
Mm-hmm.
that seems cool. But he sent us a Steam key. So I want to thank this guy, Dronami Games on Twitter. This guy, legendary, DM'd us the fucking link.
Hell yeah.
Watch this be a joke. I'm gonna type in the Steam code, and
It's
it's
gonna
gonna be
be
like
that. It's gonna be that
anime
brapping
feet
video,
or the
yeah,
brapping one. Yeah, dude.
yeah.
By the way, that guy just sent us an email
Oh, really?
like 20 seconds ago with
Oh,
another
no
video.
way.
I haven't opened the video yet. I'm a little scared.
Oh, we gotta
'cause,
pull it up. He knows we're gonna open it.
He
That's
knows.
funny.
He knows, dude. I wish we could play the anime girl farting
Oh, and
on the video, dude.
here's another one that we could probably play that, right?
It's literally her bare ass fucking clapping together as
Clapping?
she farts and
That's
then
hilarious.
moaning. I don't think so.
Dude, I saw there we got an email from somebody as well. That the guy knew exactly the Dungeons and Dragons store that I was talking about that I went to go get.
Oh yeah, and he
the game.
recommended you a
And
different one,
and
right?
he was like, "No, don't go to that one. That one's shitty. Go to this one instead." And I looked it up, and I was like, "Dude, this is awesome. I never would have heard of this." So I wish I remembered your name or I had it here, but yeah,
This is a
thank you
ploy,
for
bro. He's
the
gonna meet you there and beat you up.
and kill me. Yeah, probably.
Dab the sweat off my face. I had a rain earlier. The Bang selection at my Ralph's is garbage, so I tried a rain. Have you ever had those?
Oh,
Bro, fire.
I
Orange
don't drink any-
dreamsicle.
Yeah.
Woo.
Ooh, I don't drink any of that crap.
Oh, and you'll
That's-
live longer than me for sure. My
Yeah,
heart's gonna give out in
definitely.
like 5 years. I
I'll
guarantee
live
you, dude.
Well, what if there's actually some chemical in those Bang drinks that actually causes like immortality and we just don't know it yet?
That
'Cause
would
they
be
haven't been
fresh,
around
but
long
I
enough.
don't think that's the case.
I don't think
this
it's
is
the
gonna work out for
opposite.
you though, because I'm gonna die and you're gonna be able to bring Vosh in as
Yeah.
co-host, and it's gonna be banger mode.
I mean, dude, you have like all these habits of like, I mean, you smoke cigarettes, you do blow, and you drink Bang, but honestly,
I don't do blow.
only
What are you
one of
talking
those
about?
is like the most concerning one to me, and it's the
Yeah.
Bang energy drink.
Dude,
So
as soon as I
shitty.
have money and I can do blow more than like once or twice a year, it's
Mhm.
over. It's game over, dude. Absolutely
Yeah.
game over.
I don't get it. I don't get it really.
Blow?
Yeah.
It's
I mean,
like
honestly, just like, yeah.
it's like ADD pill.
I kind of feel like most of the drug experiences that I'm going to have in my life I've just already had. Like I don't have that same like craving that I used to when I was younger to just like must alter my consciousness.
Must consume.
Must yeah,
consume.
must consume like I don't know. Here I am sipping like Jack Daniels right
Yeah,
now, but it's
that's
just
a man
that doesn't
thing,
really
maybe.
count. I don't know. Yeah, it's
Dude,
like
it was crazy to me in the 80s when like every fucking dude, especially like comedians, back when comedians for some reason were like huge jacked fucking dudes who were
Mhm.
like Dice Clay, like hey, hickory dickory dock, suck my
Yeah.
cock. Like they were all just railing blow
yes,
off of each other's dicks. I think Robin Williams used to have like
Classic.
a
huge
big blow
huge
problem. He would
coke
do it
problem.
before like, but it makes sense, dude. You watch his sets and he's talking at like
Oh,
a
he's
fucking mile a minute.
insane. I mean, the only comedian that you can look back and be like, "Whoa, this dude was doing a lot of blow" is Chris Farley. Like some of those, like
Oh yeah.
some of those Chris Farley clips. Even if you don't, if you're like 10 years old and you don't even know what cocaine is or what it does to you, you can still look at that and be like, "Oh, this dude's high as fuck right
His
now." He's
jaws like flying around. Dude, I
he's
can't
just-
understand speedball, bro, which is like very popular. It's when you do blow and
I know.
heroin, and it's
Yeah.
like, dude,
That's what that
one of
killed
those should be enough for you.
for sure, and that's what killed Belushi. I think that's what killed Chris Farley. Like you don't hear about that kind of shit so much anymore. Like the last like celebrity heroin overdose I heard about was I think that Philip Seymour Hoffman OD'd on heroin.
Yeah, right.
But like it almost feels like an old-timey drug. Like nobody's doing that anymore. The chemicals have changed. People are doing fentanyl and other crap now. And
I don't
like,
think people are purposely doing fentanyl. That seems to be something that drug dealers are purchasing because you can literally get a bag of baby powder,
mhm.
put one granule of fentanyl mixed in with it, and it's like the person who you sell it to will be like, "This is good blow." You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But
It's pretty insane. Yeah.
dude, that shit's
Uh,
such a problem though. Even back home, because my cousins sometimes, like if we're out partying, he'd be like, "Yo, my blow, let me get my blow guy." And I remember multiple nights where I just didn't do any because like they lined it up, snorted it, and they were like, "Oh yeah, dude, that is not blow. That is meth, I think." And I was just like, Have as much as you want. I don't. Yeah, keep it. Keep my money. I'm totally.
Enjoy.
I'm good. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that shit's too crazy. I don't even know, man. I've had friends that have you ever witnessed this in person? Like somebody who like wigs out on weed, like
One
smokes
million
weed
percent,
and
dude.
just goes
Daphne
like
does that
completely.
sometimes.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
I
But
know I
dude,
know
I
some
mean,
people that are.
it makes sense if you're not a big weed guy though, because I mean, do you remember? I mean, probably senior year of high school is the first time I smoked, but the high you
Hmm.
get the first time,
Oh
the
my
first few times,
God.
it's literally like,
Honestly, the first 2 years, basically, I remember like those times I look back at that and I used to be just like, whoa, like just like fucking like out there and like
I'd
it
turn
is
white
not.
sometimes, bro. Like
Dude, I
whiter
like
than I am now.
completely. Yeah, no, it's not like that anymore. I don't know if like my own chemicals in my body have changed or the drug itself has changed, but it is yeah, I don't know. Anytime that I've smoked recently, I don't get no anywhere near that sensation like at
Dude,
all.
I remember back at Elon, one of the wives, this she was, dude, I worked with so many MILFs. I railed one of them. It was fresh. I have
Hmm.
to brag for a second, but one of the MILFs' husbands sold weed. And I remember we were out and like our regular dealer didn't have any weed. So he's like, I got you, come over. And then he gave us this long story where he's like, I think Louis C.K. even has a story similar to this, but I've heard a lot of older guys say it where it's like, dude, I wish they had the same weed we had in the old days where you could smoke like 3 or 4 joints and still barely be high. And I remember being
Yeah,
like, dude, why would you want that? And now at this
yeah.
age, it's like, I like don't even smoke anymore, which is excellent. I think
Mm,
you finally get to the point where you're like, this is, what am I just going to sit on the couch and eat chips all day?
I
Like, this is
know. Yeah,
stupid.
can't do it.
Um, but I kind of get that feeling now because it's like the shit they have, especially in LA, it's like 45%. And you literally looking at it and you're like it just fucking blows you away, dude.
Well, it's always my issue with weed has always been this is that when I'm drinking, I can gauge how much I've had. Like I can say like, "Oh, I'm gonna have 3 drinks before we go out," or something like that. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
I'm like, "Okay, I've had this many drinks tonight, so this is how drunk I am." You know, I could slow it down, or I could keep drinking. You know what I mean? I want to keep the party rolling. With weed, it's like you could take one hit and be chilling, or you could take one hit and just be on another fucking
Mars, dude.
timeline. Like literally, and it's like I don't like that. I don't like not being able to fucking
No,
I know
no.
there's some like fucking like Terrence McKenna shit where it's like, oh, just like if there's an open door, just go through it, man. Or it's
Embrace
just
it.
like embrace it. But I'm
Embrace
like,
it.
I know, I don't like that. Like I want to be able to know what I'm getting into before I do something. And
The only time I've enjoyed that overkill is when I first moved to LA. I don't even think they're legally allowed to sell these anymore. I think they capped it, but they had 500 milligram brownies. And I used to take those
oh
and
my
go get my
God.
hair cut and literally like pass out. And then you wake up with brand new fresh hair and you're like, this is sick. It's like you've traveled to a new hair dimension and you're like,
Yeah, that's
oh
great.
baby.
Oh,
I gotta keep all I have now though, because it's rapidly, if I look at my hair at a certain angle, sometimes I'll see it's fading and I'm like, oh God,
no,
not
you know
not
what?
today, baby.
I was actually going to say it looks like your hair is growing pretty fast. Like I
I've
feel like
been
it was.
taking some biotin.
Oh, have you?
Biotin.
I was thinking about, it shit makes me break out. I've taken
Does it
biotin in the
actually?
past, but it makes me get acne. Yeah.
Well, dude, I'm pissed now because I fucking just found out. I remember thinking it was the end of the world in college because they told me I had hypothyroidism. I'm the one person who's not lying when they say they have hypothyroidism. Okay, everyone who's
What is?
chunky
I
is
don't even know
like,
what that is.
it's
What
when
is
your
that?
metabolism is extra slow.
Oh, okay.
And now I'm kind of happy about it because I was doing some research. But if your metabolism's extra slow, plus I have the added benefit of being short, you
Hmm.
apparently live much longer.
Oh,
Because it's
really?
like, I think we talked about this on the animal episode, the animal autism episode, but there's the Greenland shark,
Yes. It
which
lives for like
lives
500 years or
500
something.
years.
Yeah.
It has extremely slow metabolism, and that's why, because its
Interesting.
body isn't working so hard. It's literally just like chilling.
Really?
But anyway, my point being with the tail was I've been taking my thyroid pill and biotin for like 5 years, and
Hmm.
at the doctor because I just went to get my levels checked because I finally got free garbage California health insurance.
Okay.
And the doctor was like, make sure you never take biotin with this or it completely negates it. So
What?
I've literally been taking like 5 years worth of thyroid medication for
For nothing.
just dude, no reason,
Nothing.
literally no fucking reason. It's
That's
so
great.
stupid.
Dude, why, I wonder why. I wonder what is the science behind whatever. Well,
I
yeah,
don't know
sorry to hear
either, but
that.
I guess they like fuck each other up. But dude, it's such a stupid disease because it's something where like you think like I was telling myself, oh, if I get back in shape, it'll raise my metabolism back to a normal level. But I guess it's actually like a literal genetic disorder because my mom has it too. She has like a more severe one. It's called like Hashimoto's disease
Oh,
or whatever. I guess some
hmm.
Asian guy had it originally and they named it that, which is a very cool name.
It is a cool
Um,
name. Yeah.
but yeah, I
I
think I inherited it from her.
dude, all these talks about like pills and like nutrient supplements and shit like that, it makes me think. Do you follow Martin Cabello on Twitter? Do you see any of the shit that he
I don't
posts?
follow him, but I know him. He's like that
Um,
autistic guy.
yeah, I actually don't know if I follow him either, but he shows up in my feed from time to time, and I was like watching something. He's always posting some weird thing where he's eating like,
Like cow heart or
yeah,
something.
he's eating
Yeah.
like what I would call the bare minimum. Like he's eating something that's just like he boiled a steak and it looks like a boiled piece of meat with like no seasoning, and then he eats it in like one bite. And it
Yeah.
has some crazy schizophrenic like rant while he's doing it. And then I watched him at one point eat. He literally showed he had like this like bass mouth open, filled with just like
An
multi.
actual bass mouth?
No, it was his mouth. But he was
Oh,
like,
okay, okay,
"Yes," and he just
okay.
had like fucking like all these like multivitamins in there. Like
Yeah.
he had like 40 vitamins in his mouth, and he had a fucking uh
Mortar pestle?
I'm like I can't even speak right now. No. It's like a cup, but like a cup that you would use for cooking. You know those like glass
Measuring
cups?
cup?
A measuring cup, thank you.
Okay.
He had a
How
measuring
did that one escape you,
I don't
bro?
know why
That
that one
is
got away from me.
okay.
He had a measuring cup that looked like it was filled with like 8 raw eggs that he had just cracked right in there.
Uh-huh.
And so he's got a mouthful of multivites, and he's got a fucking cup of 8 eggs, and he just chugs the whole thing, and he's like, like just eats the whole thing in one gulp. And I'm like, God damn, let me look at the comments. And I went in there, and there was somebody that was just like, Martin, you should know those multivitamins are a scam. They're just like whenever you buy multivitamins from a store, there's nothing nutritious about it. It's just sugar pills. And I was like, God, the internet is so fucking crazy. Like it was literally just like one insane person communicating with another insane person about things that make no fucking
Beautiful.
sense. And I was just like, what
Beautiful.
the fuck is going on here? And is that even true?
Well,
Do you have a
here's the
source for
deal.
that?
I don't think they're sugar pills, but my buddy, who's like an actual borderline Olympic athlete, he runs like triathlons and shit. He was like my best buddy in college. It was great, dude. This guy was like the senior swim captain at college, and
Hmm.
I came in as a freshman, and he's this huge Venezuelan dude who's like, yeah, I'll fuck you up, like one of those types of dudes, like meathead. And I remember being
Sure.
like, I fucking hate this guy when I was meeting him when I joined the swim team, and
Uh-huh.
then literally a day or two later, he found out I liked Pokemon, and he was like, dude, come to my room. And dude, for the next 3 years until he graduated, oh no, it was 1 year until he graduated, and then I transferred to Elon. But we played
Uh-huh.
Pokemon, and he made me watch Naruto, like 400, 500 episodes. But his whole thing about the multivitamins, which I think is true. Have you taken a multivitamin?
I mean, not regularly, like occasionally I have, yeah.
You'll notice if you take them, your pee is generally a different color. And what he was
Hmm.
telling me, which I believe is true, having done no research on my own, is your body generally pisses most of the multivitamin out, which is why your pee
Oh,
changes color.
that's
Yeah,
interesting.
I don't think they're literally sugar. There's no way they could legally sell
Just
sugar
sugar
pills.
pills?
Yeah, there's no way. But I do
Yeah.
think you piss out most of it.
Well, what they could get away with is they could just say like, "Oh, here are your 8 essential vitamins" or something like that. But they could be, you know, like who's to say that they're essential or that you're not getting enough of them? Like even on the biotin, on the biotin
What
supplement,
is
like I'm
essential?
sure you notice on your biotin supplement that it says something like it's like 830% of your daily recommended amount
Right.
of like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Because you get more than enough of it from
Eating my
uh
toenails and
yeah,
stuff.
like literally just literally. It's like you can get it from anything. So
Bro, someone beating your
yeah,
dog?
my fucking dog is
Dude, I
barking
love your fucking
again.
dog, bro. Dude, that one
She
episode, I forget which episode, but she's literally, you can see her in the corner of your bed right
oh
there,
really? She's
just
sitting
like
right
chilling the
there.
entire time, dude.
It's like sometimes she's chill, but sometimes it's like she'll hear somebody shut a car door like 4 blocks away, and she'll be barking for 30 minutes if somebody doesn't like.
We have to kill them.
Yeah,
We
like
must kill
if you
them.
stop. There was some instance where like yeah, somebody was like knocking at my door and she didn't even hear it, and I was like, what the fuck? Why did this dog not even like lift? Like she didn't even wake up from her slumber when they
Uh-huh.
were like knocking. But then something like this happens where it's literally like another dog farts 8 blocks away, and she's like,
I
yeah,
must sniff his ass.
literally. Oh god,
Dude,
dude, you need to get a pet. I would love to see like a little cat wandering around or
I
something
need to
like
be able
that.
to cover my rent before
Okay,
before I do that, dude. I'm borderline. I'm making enough sales,
okay.
but yeah, dude.
You
Dude,
know.
I sent you the video. I don't know if you saw it, but there's been a ton of like fake videos from old hurricanes of people like showing that there's sharks swimming down the street.
Oh my
But I'm
god.
pretty sure this one's real, but it's one of those elephant seals, literally on a
Hmm.
Florida street, fucking just like
Oh, I
walking
did see
around. Yeah,
that.
and I
I
was
thought
like,
it was one of those really realistic like horror video like CGI edits that you see
yeah,
sometimes. You know what I'm talking about? Like there's some
yeah.
pages that
I
like
think it's real, dude. I'm like
I think you're
99%
right. I
sure.
think it might be real, but there's definitely no elephant seals in Florida, so it might be a different type of
I
some
s-
type of
well,
seal.
maybe it's not a real video because I
I don't
think
know if it's real. I don't know
they
if
might
that
just
shit
it might be
seems
somewhere
fake.
else, but I'm 99% sure it's an elephant seal because it has that huge
It's
nose
big. It
sack
looks like a
thing.
big fucking animal. Yeah.
It's I'm still blown. I feel like I mention this every time we bring them up, but they are so goddamn big, bro. They literally weigh a ton.
That's insane.
Like I
That's
want to pet
insane.
one, but I know it would literally like I'd be like that Squidward meme picture where my face is just fucking flattened as it like sits on my
Yeah,
head or
yeah, I
something.
love that picture. Dude, it's crazy. The hurricane did not fucking hit me at all. We had like one day of rain, and I literally see I'm like look I'm scrolling through Twitter, just like in bed, like chilling with my fucking like cucumbers, just over my eyes in the morning. Like, and I see people like posting videos of like their fat uncle swimming through their basement, which is like flooded and in
Dude, I
like
saw that
Tampa, and I'm
video.
like, God, man,
The
what the
worst part
fuck are you
about it,
doing?
I know people are like, dude, what if like an electrical thing goes off and kills them? But like the water literally looked like it came out of my
It
ass.
looks like shit, and
It looked like shit,
the
dude.
first thing that I think when I'm looking at that is like, why are you even swimming in that? Why
It's
have you not
funny,
moved to
dude.
higher ground? Like why?
I
Like they're like, and I'm like, dude, just get out. What I mean,
Dude, I'm shitting on them with you, but I would 100% be the guy who's like swimming around it and like spitting shit, like
I know
fucking.
it's just I don't like the idea of like this like fake panic because I'm like, dude, surely you were not just sitting napping on your couch and you woke up and you're like, oh, the
Yeah, just
house is
covered
flooded.
in
It's like,
flooded.
no,
Yeah,
you fucking decided to start filming this for the video. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck is up with that. Oh my
dude,
God, one of my buddies sent me. There's this area. There's this
Aryan,
area. There's Aryan.
Aryan.
I don't know any Aryans actually. Do I?
What is an Aryan? Just a German guy?
Just like a white
No, no,
person
Europe,
that's like
white
really
European.
white European, like really tall, blonde. I don't
I
think they
don't. You don't
exist
have to be
anymore.
tall and blonde. No,
I
they
thought
didn't
that
go
was a
extinct. I
point.
think it's any white European guy is Aryan. I think.
But I thought the Aryan race was supposed to be that you were this like Nordic type, which
You
there's
might
not
be
many
right,
of
maybe.
those anymore. I don't know. Safe to say Hitler did not succeed in what he was going
He
for,
fucked
really.
up,
There's
bro. There's
not
so
he
many
fucked that
brown people. Look at us. I got
totally
brown hair. You have
totally
brown
fumbled
hair.
the bag. Yeah, my hair is fucking crazy. Yeah. Did not do a good job. What was I talking about? Oh yeah.
Your
So
buddy.
my buddy sent me there's a neighborhood in South Florida called Wilton Manors, which is in it's in Fort Lauderdale, and it's like it's like the gay neighborhood in South Florida. There's a ton of like drag clubs. There's like a big, just huge gay scene in that neighborhood for some reason. And it's also very wealthy. A lot of like wealthy gays move there. And it's
Powerful.
crazy. I didn't see we had a tornado warning near me
Yesterday, yeah,
the other night, yeah,
right.
and not, there nothing happened, thankfully. But somebody sent me the next day a photo of a massive like cyclone in Wilton Manors, like just like blowing shit. And I was
How
just
close is
like,
that close to you?
it's fairly close. I mean, it's
Okay.
like, yeah, and but we didn't see anything like that really. I don't know why. It was just like happening there. But I was like, just imagine getting like swept up in that tornado with like 30 other gay men just being like, oh my God.
Dude,
It's just
gay
not funny.
gay men are like resourceful. I feel like they'd be like
They are.
looking through the tornado, finding martini glasses and pouring, like having like a little
It's like
party, getting
it's
a
like
couch together.
well, if there's one thing that I know about gay dudes, it's that they will go out and get drunk regardless of circumstance. When I was still living in New
A
York,
real American male, bro.
it's true.
Sigma.
It's true. The in the Hell's Kitchen neighborhood in
I hated that place, bro.
New York. Have you been there?
That was with all the fancy restaurants, right?
It's a lot of fancy restaurants and bars and stuff like
Yeah, I
all,
went to a
but
Mexican place there and got a taco, and my bill was like $60,
yeah,
and
it
I was
sounds about
like,
right. Yeah, it sounds about
"What
right.
the fuck?"
That neighborhood, the whole thing, it was called Hell's Kitchen when like New York was first established because uh it was inhabited by just Irish people. I think it was like Irish and black people. And so it was considered
That
like
does
a
sound like Hell's Kitchen,
it
bro.
was like it was considered like a really poor, like lowly neighborhood. And then sometime in like the 70s, some of the like business owners there decided that they were going to open the first gay club in Hell's Kitchen because they knew somehow that by attracting gay people to that area, it would increase the what's the word, property value, because
Yes,
like it's true, like gay men just show up places and they like clean shit
they
up and
make it
make these like
fancy.
make it fancy. I mean it's true, and it's like, and so they did it and it worked like fully. Like they opened a gay club in there, it became a hot spot for the gay people, and then what happens is that once the neighborhood gets like nice and fancy, young people come there because they're like, oh my God, did you hear this, like clubs and parties and
Yeah.
in Hell's Kitchen? And that's exactly what it is. It's still a famously gay neighborhood, but there's a ton of shit to do out there. It's all really expensive and it's a little, but
Dude,
uh
we need to make gays great again because I think a lot of the older gays are exactly like how you described, very fancy.
uh-huh.
They know how to clean stuff. A lot of these younger gay guys I see
Just
on
eat
Twitter,
hot chip and lie. Yeah, that's
and
all
but
they
also don't
complain.
shower. There seems to be
Yeah.
this epidemic of smelly gay guys, and it's like,
Yeah,
God, kids, look up to your elders,
I
do
know.
whatever the fuck they're doing. Also with trans chicks, I know that's a different category than the gay men, but that like I was shocked when that trans chick sent us the like foot pictures and her
Mhm.
room looked clean. Because every single time I've seen a trans woman post a selfie, it literally looks like a nuke has
They're
gone off in
literally
their
living,
bedroom, bro.
yeah, like in hell.
Like
Yeah.
it's literally like the damn bitch you live like this fucking
Yeah.
meme, bro. And it's like, what the holy shit? I can't talk
Literally.
though. I'm messy too, but like,
No, I know. I'm messy too. You know what I think it's kind of beautiful if you think about it, because what it really is that, as recently as 10 years ago, I think it was like people had, when they came out as gay, it was like, I am making a lifestyle decision because all of my friends and family are going to know that I'm gay, and that means that I need to, I don't know, put on a certain fucking, like put on airs basically. Like this, I'm a gay man and this is my thing or whatever.
mhm.
And now it's like, I don't know if it's the internet or 5G or something like that, but it's like all of a sudden it feels like there's a lot of people that are gay. I think it's more because it's just become really like culturally
Just saying
acceptable.
these people are pretending to be gay because of the internet.
No, I think that I think it's like there's almost like less of an expectation of how you're supposed to act when you're like
Mhm.
gay, or you know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
like, oh, this is how gay men are depicted in the media. They're all bitchy and clean and whatever, but actually IRL, that's like not necessarily
They're
true.
yeah, they're literally just like any other human where they're
They're
not
the
all
other
one
human.
thing. But dude, I
Exactly.
I suffer from that stupid delusion too cuz like for instance, House when I was first meeting him and talking to him, I when he said he was gay or I know he's kind of bi but leans more towards men, I was like,
Hmm.
but he's so manly and like has a deep how could he be gay? Like
Yeah,
I feel like
I
it's
know,
easy to
right?
kind
Isn't
of
that
fall into
weird?
that. Yeah.
Yeah. The
Dude, society.
yeah, society,
Society. What is going
society,
on, bro?
man.
We
What
live
is
in
going
one.
on?
I'm sick of it.
Well,
We need
yeah,
to tear it down.
it always feels like a weird, like, what does it mean when people say straw man argument? Because I
A
was about
straw
to
man,
say that, but I don't think I'm even using it in the right
anytime
context.
I see it used now, it's fucking by absolutely stupid ass people.
Well,
But
then I won't say it. Yeah,
no,
I
no, no.
don't.
But if you use it correctly, but a straw man is where like you make up an argument for your opponent that's like kind of stupid or not quite the correct take that you can easily slay, like it
Okay.
would, and not like the RuPaul slay, like the,
Okay. Like you'd
actually
easily just,
destroy.
yeah, sure.
Like if you said you don't like the color blue and I was like, oh, so anyone who likes red you think is a stupid idiot. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, okay. Like it's, I'm building a straw man fake argument that's not
Got it.
actually what you necessarily believe.
Okay,
How
that
were you
makes
going to use
sense.
it though? Let's see if I can make fun of you or not.
Well, I was gonna say I think it's kind of weird that you have these like far right people that are like try to point to the fact that there's like more gay people now. Like, you ever seen one of those graphs on like I feel like
Yes,
I saw
yeah,
something on
yeah,
like
yeah.
Tucker Carlson while I was at the gym and they were playing Fox News over me. I saw something that was like a graph of like, have you noticed that there has been like a steady increase the past like 20 years of people who are gay? And it's like, dude, I don't think it's because of some fucking Alex Jones shit. I think it's because it's becoming more socially acceptable
Yeah,
to
now
come
you don't
out.
literally get stoned
Right. You
for
don't get
being gay now. Yeah.
right. You don't die because of it. Like I mean some people unfortunately still do, but like yeah, it's not rocket science. It seems really obvious
Dude,
to
I
me.
hate how fucking stupid most like not right-wing people, far right-wing people have become, because I feel like it makes me sound like I'm this like lefty, fruity
Hmm.
lefty, but there's also this concept too of like, why do gays even have to like have their parades and everything? Like there's literally nothing, no bad thing happens if you're gay. And it's like, just from being with Daphne or like seeing other gay people on the internet, it's like as soon as they post something, there's like 50% comments that are like, kill yourself, you're
I
Satan,
know.
kill yourself. And it's like,
Dude,
what the fuck?
literally. And all these people that are just like, why do you guys need a parade or whatever? It's like, you're a loser, dude. Like, why
Yeah, let
not?
them
Why not have a
fucking have their
parade?
stupid ass
Who
parade.
fucking cares? Like,
I
who
I get
cares?
the argument. Like the one argument I think they have that makes sense is when it's like you literally have a guy covered in dildos sucking himself off or something, and there's like a child watching. It's like, but then
Okay,
to me,
how
it's
many
like,
times has that happened though?
but here's the
Honest
thing:
to
when it does
God.
happen, is it the gay guy's fault for being a silly gay guy, or is it the parents' fault for bringing them
The
to
kid?
like an adult thing? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean,
Like,
but again, this is one of those things that's even divisive among gay people. Like, right? Like there are going to be some gay people that are just like, well, you shouldn't have brought your kid, but then there's going to be other gay people that are like, well, that guy is giving us a bad name by acting like a fucking maniac. You know what I mean? And
yes, yeah.
it's like, and
Dude, there
even
are gay
the
people who take it too far though. Like, there's a lot of people who like kink at pride for some people when they
there's straight
support
people
it.
who take it too far.
No, of course, but we're
It's all
talking about
shit.
the gays. We're talking
Okay,
about the
okay,
gays.
okay,
But when it's like the
okay.
kink at pride thing, it's like to some people who are like, yeah, that seems fine. It's literally just a guy wearing leather. But then to some people who are like, we need kink at pride, to them it's literally like pissing on each other and shit. And it's like,
Oh,
I
okay.
don't think I don't
You
think
don't
maybe
have to
you
do
need to
that.
do that in
Well,
the parade.
I think there is a certain level of just like basic, like civilized human like behavior that has nothing to do with like your sexual preference, but more about just what's like appropriate to do in public. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like
for sure.
peeing on people in general, regardless of their gender, is you should probably just not be
Save
doing
that
that
for your
outside.
pee pee parties when you have like every Sunday you go pee on each other. Like, dude, save it for that.
Dude, it's like I know we talked about this. What did we talk about this with? Was it Donnie? No, no, no. It was with Vosh. We were talking about the
You
big
can
titty.
easily confuse the two.
I know they exactly alike,
Very
but
same person.
spitting image. But the big titty teacher. I was thinking of Donnie because he was posing as the big titty teacher,
Right? Yes, I think he switched back now.
but he switched back. Yeah,
Yeah.
which I kind of wish he didn't. It was so funny. That was really funny to me. But we were talking about it with Vosh, where it's like so many people that are trying to like infer some bigger political like messaging out of it, and it's like, no, it's just like that dude's just a fucking nut job. Why can't we all just look at that together and be like, look at this crazy ass dude? Are there
Yes.
people that are coming? I shouldn't. Well,
Oh, there's people
here
that
we
are
go.
coming, baby.
No, no,
Those
I'm
breasts are
saying,
huge,
I'm saying,
brother.
dude, do we even know if that person is trans or are they just a person and wearing
I don't
fake
know.
titties? I haven't. There's been no
I don't
interviews
know.
with that teacher that I have seen. I haven't seen
Yeah.
any actual like I haven't seen any honest to God 2 feet on the ground journalism on that subject. I have just seen live live Tucker reactions.
Tuckle.
You know that Tucker reaction?
Dude, I literally thought you were having an aneurysm. I was like,
I was
you
trying to
just
do the
stop mid sentence. Like,
NAs.
oh, yeah, dude, I do that to
I've
Daphne
only
all the
seen
time, and
that.
she just dies, bro. That's like we do the Tucker reaction all the time. Dude, I
It's so
love.
funny.
I gotta shit on the left because I'm always shitting on the right now. I feel like a
Uh-huh.
bitch, but there, all the far right types were like, this guy needs to be killed. How is he allowed to do this? And then someone posted a green text story on 4chan that, for all I know, is completely fake.
Hmm.
But it was like, I used to be in this guy's class, and they were mad at him because he was like a far right type guy. So to get back at the Teachers Alliance, he literally does this now and is trying to get them to fire him so he can
We can
sue.
sue.
And now there's tons of people who are like, this guy's a fucking genius. Like, we need more guys
It's like
doing this.
we
And
don't
it's
know
like,
if any of that shit is even true.
but
Not
it's so
nobody
insane how
knows what the fuck is going on.
your viewpoint of it can change literally because you think like,
Instantly.
oh, he's on my side.
But
This
that's
dude's
the
on
thing.
my
It's like
side.
what like why do you even have a viewpoint on this? Like
Who
just look at that.
cares?
Who cares? Just
Who
look at that and be like,
cares?
what the
Yeah.
fuck is going on over there, Canada? Can you get
I
your shit
hate that
together?
shit, dude. And there's also this idea of like, if you say who cares, it's like, oh, you just want society to begin to crumble, blah blah
Yes, I
blah. Like
do.
they're doing
I
that with
do.
this. We have a minute 30 seconds left, but have you seen
Okay.
this thing with Lizzo?
Uh,
They let her play
no, that's
this
a funny
crystal flute.
sentence. What is that?
Hey, it's hard to miss seeing Lizzo. She's quite large. But no,
Yeah,
dude, it's like
that's
everyone's
good.
like, how dare they let Lizzo play this flute? And it's like, dude, are you fucking gay? Who
What
gives a
flute?
shit about their
What's the flute?
James Madison, one of our, was he founding father or president? He was both,
Uh-huh.
I think. But he had a crystal flute, and they let Lizzo play it at a recent concert. And they're like, dude, they're doing this to embarrass white people. This is anti-white. And it's like, dude, it's a fucking
It's
the
a flute. It's
gayest
supposed to
instrument
get yeah, and
besides
just
the piccolo.
and who
Who gives a
cares? It's
shit?
supposed to get played. If she was like shoving it up her
I'd
clam, then
like
I'd be
that, baby.
like
Lizzo,
that
sit and
seems a little.
spin.
I mean, like, that seems a little disrespectful to a past president, but yeah, just let her play it. Who fucking
Dude,
cares?
she didn't even play it disrespectfully, but it's like, this is like how people come in and once you beat a general population,
That's so
you
funny.
demean them and make fun of them. And it's like, dude, it's a
Who cares?
flute.
I didn't know that she played the flute. Is that like her thing?
I don't even know if she plays it either because she only played 2 notes. We're about to
No.
get cut off, but
Maybe we should watch that video of Lizzo playing the flute.
I'm
I
gonna
want
watch
to
that
see
during the
that.
break and send me the woman takes a tumble.
Okay, what if she
I'm
is
gonna
like
take it quick.
farting on it? What if she's like farting on the flute and
I
that's what
would be
they're mad about?
impressed.
That'd be
You'd
kind
have
of
to aim it right in the certain hole to get the
it'd be
music
like
to play. Like,
perfect. Yeah, you need like a funnel.
dude, that was
Did
the
you?
most eventful break I've had, having to watch both of those videos back to
Did you? I
back,
was
dude.
gonna ask you if you watched that
The
shit.
Scarlet takes a tumble one is excellent, but dude, I love that broken computer
Oh
guy,
my
dude. He got us
God.
so good, bro. We were literally
The
just talking about how he sends us this anime girl farting video, but this time he sent us the Dunkachino clip from, what is that
yeah,
from? Click,
I think it's from
Click.
Jack and Jill.
Oh,
Jack
it
and
is from
Jill.
Jack and Jill, not the other.
Yeah.
Yes. So it's like the opening of that, the Dunkachino, and then it just cuts to the anime girl farting, dude. I wish I could fucking show the video. I'm gonna find, once we get the Patreon running, I'm
Yes.
100% putting that up. Like,
There
the
must
world
be
needs to see.
there might be a way if you can just like yeah, just like blur the whole image or something, but it's
Maybe I'll
just and
just
it's
put the
like
audio.
lost. Then it's like lost. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
Dude, the
That
best
shit's
part
going
is,
on.
I don't know if I don't think you can purposely do this, but usually when someone sends me a video, I'm able to preview it. Like, I don't
Uh-huh.
have to download it. All of his videos make me download them, and then now I literally have like 2 different copies of this
Oh,
chick
really?
farting on my hard drive, and I'm like, I need to
Yeah.
nuke these before Daphne
Actually,
sees.
it's funny you mentioned. I'm pretty sure that it made me download it too. Uh,
We're
dude,
we're working with a genius.
should we read some emails?
Yeah,
Like,
let's get we
is
got
that
some
the move?
emails, but I totally forgot. We tried to we had so many last time that in the Punch Out episode we couldn't even fucking get through them.
I know, right? Let me see here.
By the way, Olivia sent us some feet pics. I don't know if we mentioned that.
bless up,
Extremely
huge
powerful.
bless.
I guess she was dating a chick who was into feet, so she kind of reused the feet pics she sent, but
Yeah. Wait, let me see here.
she got some wrinkly feet, bro. It looks like she just got out of like a bath a little bit.
Yeah, I'm into that.
Oh my God, dude. She's
What's
like
up?
spreading her foot in one of them, but it's like a claw. Like there's two toes here, two toes in the middle, and then the big toe on the. Literally looks like a W.
That's cool.
W so big, I put it on a chick's foot.
Oh, let's go.
Baby.
I think I'm trying to see where we cut off like the last ones that we were looking at here.
Let me see.
No, no, that's not it. So this is probably not very interesting podcast
No,
material.
people
Oh,
love listening
actually,
to us go through it. By the way, I
I do.
have to put them. Don't let me forget. Capri Sun, we talked about it last episode, the pictures he drew, and then I did not show them. But I
Yes.
have to show them on this episode. They're too
Yeah,
fresh.
we have them here. I have one here actually. Um that I think this is I think this is the first one that we didn't read from
Mhm.
last time. It's from Jack Scott. Are you looking at that one too?
Oh, let me pull it up.
I think this
Jack
is
Scott. Okay.
see that one?
Yeah, because I remember the Ahoy Me Homos
Yeah,
one
the Ahoy Me
before. Yeah.
Homos one. All
Excellent.
right, so this is from Jack
Address
Scott.
all your letters to us like that. I loved it.
Yes, that's great. Okay, Jack Scott. Philosophical inquiry. Sup, fellas? Love your content. Sadly, I lack any furry porn to share or to express said appreciation. That's okay. But let's get to the real meat and potatoes of this email. Which is the most moral of these situations? Or feel free to address any individual quandary. So I guess he listed off some things here, and we're supposed to decide which one is the most utilitarian, like the greatest good that
Do.
you can do,
Yeah.
right? Okay, here's one. You graciously suck a trans woman's dick off.
Does that mean
Okay.
a blowjob? Are they
Or you
implying like
literally
this
take it
woman
off.
wants her penis removed, so you suck it off?
Hmm. We'll
I
we'll
think
table
that's
that.
okay, yeah, we'll get back to that one.
Okay, two. Using the ideals. Oh God, man, dude, please don't do this to me. I don't know how to say that.
Of
Using the
accelerationism.
using the ideals of accelerationism to end the drug war once and for all. Okay. Three, masturbating to the ugliest person you know. Okay. Four, my catboy, femboy, it's a little redundant, twink, this is redundant, giant cock husband actually cooks me dinner for once after I've just driven home to my house in the suburbs, only accessible via trebuchet, as my landlord aims to maim the most vulnerable in our communities. From my 12-hour shift at a fast food chain, that's only goal is to maximize my existential dread. Instead of saying that my dinner will be this dude, you should have structured this sentence better. Instead of saying that my dinner will be his ass. What?
I think he's
Did
implying
I
like the
did I
the cat
misunderstand
boy
that?
the cat boy cooks you dinner instead
Oh,
of saying here's your
that he
dinner.
here's your
It's
dinner
my
and it's his
ass.
ass. Okay. Anyways, thanks in advance for the advice. This is advice. Also, what was the worst individual second of your life? Jesus. Thanks for making Tuesday and Fridays gayer. Slapping Toads. Oh,
Hell
maybe
yeah.
we shouldn't have said his real name because then he like said it at Slapping Toads.
Yeah, maybe I'll try to
We'll
bleep that
edit
out.
it out
Unless
or
I
I'll say
forget, shoot me
Slapping
an
Toads.
email and I'll re-edit it. But
Okay.
I know one of these coming up. The guy personally requested, sent
To
us a
not
second
say
reply
their
email.
name.
Yeah, he's
That's
probably
okay. They don't want to
might be
be
a little
affiliated.
embarrassed to be a Cold Cuts fan, but
It's
maybe we
okay.
got it. We're
That's all
popping
right.
off. We're hot.
Okay. Well, there's like a few questions in this one. So first of all, which one of these four that I just read off do you think is the most morally, which is the most moral? I guess what's the best thing that you can do?
So I guess with the concept using the ideas of accelerationism, the end to end the drug war once and for all. I don't. Does that imply everyone just starts doing as much drugs as possible?
Just look up what accelerationism means because I want to be able to.
Accelerationism is when you want there's like an idea or an ideal that you want to get to. So in order to get there, you ramp up.
Oh,
Um,
okay. Social
I'm doing a
processes.
terrible job at explaining it.
Oh my God. You know who shows up when I Google this is this fucking crazy. Do you know this guy Slavoj
Yes,
Zizek?
yeah, yeah. Dude,
I
that guy
love that
can
guy.
put away hot dogs, bro. You seen that picture of him literally eating two at a time?
Yeah,
The
dude, this
glizzy
guy's a
gulper, baby.
fucking legend. Yeah, he is. He's the throat goat.
Dude, I'm so embarrassed because I thought he was just like a fat meme guy, and then Daphne was like, "Babe, he's literally like a modern
No,
day
he's
philosopher,
he's
right?"
actually like a genius, but I think that's like part of his charm is that he kind of like addresses real like issues in society, but like his videos that he uploads, like he's very self-aware. They're all like memes. Like you
Mhm.
know what I mean? Like he makes them like kind of silly. I think he's kind of a hipster, if that word holds any water anymore, but that's kind of like
A
his.
schlubby hipster.
He's like a schlubby
I know most
hipster.
hipsters are literal more put together.
No, I'm pretty sure that every hipster past the age of 40 looks like this.
To me, they look like the Gavin McGinnis guy.
No, he's like a fake.
No,
He's a sued. Yeah.
dude,
If
no,
you're
you can't say that because he's actually credited with creating that term and like that
hipster,
way of wearing shit. Yeah. He's
no,
like the
he is
OG
not.
ice dude, I promise you.
He
I
is
could be
not the
making this up.
OG. You're completely
I
making that up.
swear, dude, I swear he's
The
credited
dude's
with
not
it.
even that old. The term hipster has been around since like the 40s.
Has it?
Yes.
All
Like
right.
hipster used to mean like, oh, you're like a hip cat. You're a hipster. You listen to jazz music. Oh, you listen to like black people music. Me too. We're hipsters. That's
Hip.
like
Yeah.
before any of this
Dude, that's
Gavin
my
McInnes
biggest
crap.
talent is I can say something that's completely incorrect with 100% certainty in my voice.
I
Like I
know, and
know it's a
that's why
fact,
I'm
dude.
here to tell you you're completely off base, and that's
Excellent. All
not
right.
true at
All
all.
right, you sound like my girlfriend now, bro.
Okay.
Chick, stop shitting on me.
What was I gonna say? What were we just talking about? Oh,
Well, which of these
accelerationism.
four is well, yeah, why don't you give us
I'm
cuz
gonna say
I'm sure I was incorrect.
it's either one or two. It's either the trans woman sucking the trans woman's dick because that okay because you look at it this way that's helping one person,
Right.
right? The other ones there's no net positive really. I mean masturbating to the ugliest person you know unless you tell them they're not gonna. How does that help them? That's
Right.
just hurting you.
I do love that. I'm sure they didn't actually do it, but there was some guy on Twitter, some e-girl I think posted like a hot picture, and someone responded like, "I'm so fucking ugly, like no one would ever jack off to me." And then someone responded to him like, "Yo, I just rubbed one out for you, brother. I
That's
got
pretty.
you." Like
I know, I've seen
the
that too.
brotherhood of man.
That's classic. I love that. And then to end the drug war. So the ideas of Excel. So if I'm understanding that second option correctly, it means that we all just do so many drugs that the drug war ends because there's none left to do.
I guess technically that one then.
That one's the best. That's the most moral.
What's your opinion on the war on drugs? Because I hate being a centrism, but I kind of am. But it's like, do I think we should be selling coke and heroin over the counter? No.
No,
But do I think people should be going to jail for millions of years for
right.
having
Well, that
like I get it if you're the guy who's pushing blow and you're selling hundreds of pounds of it, but if you literally got caught with like a little baggie, it's like, dude, why the fuck would you throw that guy in jail? Who gives a shit?
who
Or
gives a
like
shit? I mean,
even if
dude,
someone has a little heroin, it's like
dude, there are people serving like life sentences for like marijuana
weed, dude. Yeah.
possession. Yeah, I mean, it's like, I mean, dude, the war on drugs is, it's like, it's like a war that is just failing eternally in slow motion, like some hell situation that fucking. It was the Reagan administration like wheeled that. I
Yeah,
think it
and
was
that
Reagan. It was Reagan's
cocksucking
wife.
fuck Nancy Reagan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nancy Reagan fucking wheeled that shit in. And you know
Dude,
what
it's
else she
insane
did?
that she apparently sucked everyone off in like I forget which
That's
movie
crazy.
studio.
I've never heard that. And because of the last Gavin McInnes comment you said, I
It's
can't even
true.
take that.
It's true. I swear.
Can't
I know
even
it.
take it at face
True. It's
value.
true. It's true.
What was I gonna say? Yeah, no, the war on drugs is just a complete and utter failure. And I think the problem is like, yeah, you shouldn't be throwing people away for that shit. And doing drugs, it's it's kind of a victimless crime. Like you can't really like I mean you are allowed you should be allowed to throw your life away. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
I mean, I get how like if you're a total idiot, because like those. Have you ever seen those pictures of like parents overdosing to the point where they're literally dead and their child's in the back seat? And it's
yeah,
like
that's
we
terrible.
need to kill the guy that sold them this, and it's like do you need to kill the guy who sold them this, or were the parents
No,
literal fucking
no,
idiots for
yeah,
doing that?
and also there are other we have other like federal establishments in order like child protective services that like would solve that issue. You should absolutely not be a parent if you're like ODing in the front seat of the car
No.
with your kids in the back seat. I mean, that's like, I mean, I think that's bipartisan, right? Anybody would agree with that. Like,
I guarantee you
uh,
there's some far
sh
lefties who would be like,
sure,
dude, that's ableist.
there's gonna be somebody in the DMs like the timestamp. What are we at? Like 129. Actually, you shouldn't say that because I OD'd in my front seat and my kids just find some shit like that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
anyway, yeah, but I don't think I think in general like arresting people for I don't think it's like I think that basically it like at least what should happen is that if you really want to have drugs that are regulated, like a controlled substance, I actually think that's fine, but you shouldn't go to there shouldn't be like like a prison sentence for ownership or distribution of drugs. I think it should if something's going to be illegal, you should confiscate it and fine the person. But
Yeah, I could agree with that. A fine or something.
like something like that. But like throwing people away for life or people getting shot in like like car chases and crazy shit like that. It's just like it just establishes this crazy fucking. We live in crazy times, man. But yeah, you shouldn't be allowed to
Society.
do that.
This comes back to society, bro.
And yeah, man, and uh I mean you could get into some deeper shit. My personal opinion is just that you should be allowed to do drugs. Like you should be allowed to do drugs. And also on a smaller scale, like this is I feel like this is completely universal and everybody knows somebody like this. Like, did you know like a guy, it's almost always a girl. It's almost always a girl, but it does happen with guys too. But like a girl that was like very sheltered as a like a child
Kid.
or while she
Yeah.
was as a kid while she was still living with her parents, or her parents were like super strict and wouldn't let her go to parties or let her do anything. And then she goes to college and she is like full blown sicko mode, like just like
Yes, dude. Yes. Yep.
it's like I mean, dude, it happens. It's like an actual psychological phenomenon. There's probably a name for it, but it's like you get sheltered, you get people telling you that you can't do something, and then
And
you
then when
just
you're
fucking
on your own, you go
when you
stupid mode.
spurg
Yeah.
out. Yeah, and it's like there's a larger scale version of that with just like drugs and stuff like that. Like I also know it's like things like this. Like when I was in college, I was smoking weed and maybe dabbling in some other shit here and there, and then like it's out of my system. You know what I mean? I'm 27 now and I don't even fucking think about the shit anymore, really. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't like, and it's like, I think like you need to just let people do shit. But it's like, can you imagine if I got caught with fucking, I don't know, weed or shrooms or something like that and I went to jail and it was like on my permanent record or some fucking, or I don't know. Some of these people, I mean, mostly black people are like thrown away for life. You know what I mean? Like people
Yeah.
get fucking thrown in the clink forever for
It's
that shit.
stupid. Yeah, it's
And
stupid.
it's like, it's just not, it's just stupid.
But
Like
then again, I
people,
get it though if it's like, and this is a completely different thing though. This is not what you're saying, but if
mhm.
you're a guy who's pushing fentanyl or something
Yeah,
and you're selling that, then it's like that I can agree with. Okay, maybe
right,
he does need to go to jail because that's fucked.
right. I
But
mean
when it's something as stupid as weed is so stupid.
yeah,
Like,
that's stupid. The fact that that's still like questionable. I mean, it's a lot more lenient now than it is
yeah,
when I was in high school. When I was in high school, it was literally like when you smoked, you were immediately like your heart's racing and you're gonna have a panic attack
I'm gonna
because
go
it's
to
like what if
jail.
what I'm gonna go to
Yeah.
jail? What if the cops show up? And now it's like, dude, there's no fucking
Dude, your
now
good
it's like
buddy fucked me in college my senior year.
which one?
Teddy. The
It's not my
fucking
buddy.
stupid ass. I know that was just
Okay,
a
I don't
little
know.
joke,
I
a
don't
little
know.
joke.
I don't know that chick.
But dude,
Yeah.
senior year there was a party down the hallway from me, right? And
Uh-huh.
there were a bunch of freshmen drinking, and the
Mm-hmm.
cops got called. So all of a sudden, Teddy runs into my house with like 20 freshmen in tow,
Mm-hmm.
and the cops following them. So then the cops are like, we saw you at the part. And I was like, dude, I've literally been playing Dark Souls 3 the past like 3 hours. I had just
Yeah.
gotten off a long shift. I was so fucking pissed, but the cops came in. They found one nug of weed. So I literally had to go to court
Oh my
and
God,
they're
dude.
like, "You're totally fucked. You have to take these weed classes." And I was like, "I'm moving to LA. It's
Yeah.
legal there." And they're like, "Fuck." So they made this thing where like if I didn't take drug classes in LA, I would not be allowed to come back to North Carolina, which was fucking retarded. There's
What
no
the
other way to
hell,
explain it.
dude? Yeah.
So I show up at this drug place because I had to go to these classes, and everyone there's like, "Yeah, I'm on heroin, I'm on meth," and they're like, "What are you here for?" And I was like,
I
"I smoked
smoked
weed in
weed.
college," and they were all like, "Is this a bit?" Like they thought I was fucking. The guy literally
Yeah.
was like, "Dude, stop coming. I'm gonna sign your paper right now that you've been here for a year." And I
Really?
sent it in, and I was just like, "This was such a fucking waste of my life, dude.
Dude,
It
that's
was
insane.
retarded."
That's
Yeah,
insane.
fuck
Um,
the fucking Elon campus police, bro. This stupid bitch had the biggest buck teeth ever.
oh
If I see
God.
you, I don't care you're a cop. It's over. That's
Dude,
all I'm gonna
my
say.
yeah, I don't even want to really say this, but it's true. All of my interactions with lady cops have been fucking horrendous.
Dude, that's a thing people joke about. I think Sam Hyde had a little bit on it, but
Did he?
something about like, yeah, if you get in trouble with a lady cop, like you're
You're
gonna get
fucked.
shot, dude.
You're
You're
yeah,
gonna get fucked.
you're fucked. But I think there is something that's probably, to be fair, they probably have to put up with a lot of shit when they join the force, so they're kind of like
Trying to prove themselves, yeah.
overcompensating a little bit. Yeah, but it's like when you're just like dealing like if I'm any interaction that I've had with them, I'm always like, bro, can you take a fucking deep breath?
Dude,
Like, what
I
are we talking
100.
about
I
here? What
literally
are we
feel the
doing?
same way about fucking. I've had so many bad experiences with chicks at like heads of customer service positions,
Uh-huh.
particularly Best Buy, where it's like they
Okay.
become drunk with power almost, and they're
Uh-huh.
like, "Yeah, I'm gonna fuck with this dude," and it's like, bro, relax, please. Put your gun away, or at
Dude,
Best Buy, put your
that's
shit
not
away.
yeah, I mean, dude, you see that with just it's not even a chick thing. It's
I
just like
love women
literally
though. We're not
love
we're not
them.
shitting on women. We're
I
just
know.
we're
I
talking
almost
about
like regret
experiences
even
we
talking
had.
about
Yeah.
this because it's just going to invite
Harris
some
hates
smooth
women.
brain.
I
No, no,
love
no.
women.
It's
Yeah.
not true.
Clip the clip of Harris where he said that about the female cops.
Well, the people that I do hate are like the higher ups in a retail store. Like if you're like a really if you're like a retail manager, but you're like the store leader or something like that, I
Hmm.
hate you. I already know you're a piece of shit. I know you abuse your power and that the people that are like subordinate to you are fucking miserable. So, and it's not male or female. It's just anybody who's in that fucking position. Oh,
Filipinos.
here's what I was going to ask you. There's a second question here. What is the single worst second of your life? And that's also from this email from
I have
Socrates.
one.
I can't think of anything.
I
What do
do
you
have
have?
one. And this is funny. The Johnny Mac guy, who I
Okay.
told him I'd come see a set and I didn't, but I think he's going to be at the next Def Noodles roast, so I'm going to see him there.
Hmm.
But him and Frankie were like, "Hey, come do stand up with us," and I was like, "Oh, all right, all right." And we did stand up at this bar,
Hmm.
and I immediately knew it was going to go so terribly because the audience was just a bunch of like older men
Oh
who were
God.
there for everyone else there wasn't doing stand up, they were playing music.
Oh
Okay, so these
Jesus
are a bunch of older men
Christ.
drinking, wanting to listen to music, and then they're like, "Yeah, these three guys are gonna do stand up," and Frankie went up, bombed. Johnny Mac went up, bombed. I
Poor
went up,
guys.
and I just remember looking into the audience before I even started, and so many men, literally, you could see it on their faces, like,
Who the
"Please just go back to the music. What is this shit?" And
yeah.
it was the worst, bro. It was such a
Jesus.
terrible
I,
fucking set,
dude,
dude.
I can't do like I literally even hearing you tell that story, it's like my fucking chest got tight. Like I cannot imagine getting on stage and actually doing a set of
It
stand
helps
up.
you a
It's
little
just
bit that you
too
go up and fucking, as Bill Burr calls it, eat your balls a few times. It's like
uh-huh.
you get really good at being able to be fucking cringe and not
And not
care about it.
caring.
You know what I mean? I think that's a
Yeah.
good trait to have, by the way.
I mean, I do think as I've gotten just a little bit older, I'm better about that. But I mean, something about being on stage and bombing at stand up is just like, oh,
It
that's so
hurts the first
bad.
few times
That
very badly,
sucks.
dude.
Yeah,
Very
that
badly.
sucks. I seriously cannot think of like the single worst second. I wish I had like a good, not that bad things haven't happened to me, but I just cannot think of like a time. I'll have to. I'll have to think about it. Maybe we'll come back to that question. Do you have the second another one pulled up here?
I just pulled one up and it was from one of those or
I know, I saw that
podcast
shit
things
too.
playing.
Yeah, I don't
Yes.
know what the fuck that is.
Kuldeep Varma. All right,
And
here's
then we
one.
have this
Yo,
guy.
Joester. Hey,
Jo-
gamers. Joe again.
I think we read this one. I think we
Did
read
we?
Joe
Let me
Joester.
just say and ask for blah, blah, blah. Yeah, even if he didn't ask it, I think we have already talked about what the biggest mistake
It was
in your
him. Yeah, we did
career.
talk about this. We
Did
did.
we?
We answered
Okay.
this one. Yeah.
Dude, that's biting me. I called you earlier because I was so pissed, but there's this any Cold Cuts fans, you should join this group and fuck with them because it would bring me joy. Call them slurs. No, there's like a Kelly Comics, the Onion guy.
Mm-hmm.
There's a big Facebook group for it, and I got banned from it. Not me personally, but my comics were banned maybe like half a year ago
Mm-hmm.
because they were like, dude, this guy, he's best friends with Stone Toss. I think they're lovers.
Oh my
And it was
god. Yeah,
like, oh,
that's
dude,
funny.
shut the fuck up. But someone posted my shit yesterday and everyone loved it. And then all the comments, not all the comments, but a few comments started rolling in were like, dude, I know this guy personally and he's best friends. He collabs every day with Stone Toss. And I was
What the
just like,
hell?
dude, why is this still following me? Like I literally had a bitch fit on Twitter, which I wish I went about it a different way because I felt like a
Mm-hmm.
huge weenie man. But about us like breaking up, you know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
4 years, fucking like 4 years ago, dude.
Forever ago. Yeah.
But then the new thing, which is funny, is they were arguing that I was a Nazi, but then other people were like, shut up, bitch. He's not a Nazi. I'd like him if he was. He's a fucking Antifa member.
I know
And they were
you're
like,
literally getting hate from all sides for
literally,
no
dude,
fucking
again, they were
reason.
posting the proof I was part of Antifa was that I DM'd Keffels. And
Yeah.
I was like, this is so stupid, bro. But please join that group. I think it's called something about this is Kelly and you'll need to know him if you want to be here. But join that. Call everyone slurs. I will send you free stickers. Okay? Send
There
me
you
proof.
go.
Send me free
Uh,
proof.
yeah, dude, that shit is so crazy, man.
It's cringe, bro. You're such a smarter man than I that you didn't have to go through any of that stupid ass shit.
What, just like the political comic thing?
Yeah, dude, I'm like, I feel like I've lost my cool in the past 5 minutes. I'm like visibly angry, but
No,
it's
it's
like,
like I
it's
mean,
so annoying having people think you're a Nazi and an Antifa member. It's like, are you guys you literally have chimp brains? You're literally monkeys in flesh
it's
suits.
really dumb. Yeah,
It's so annoying.
I actually had my my girlfriend actually like t talk to me about this sometime this week that she was
Not about
just like,
me.
no,
Oh,
not
okay.
about
I
you at
thot she
all.
was like, I don't know if you should be working with
No,
this
not
yoga
at all.
swag
No,
guy.
no. She thinks you're funny. Like,
Okay, excellent.
she
Oh,
listens to the
excellent.
podcast and stuff too. But she was just talking to me. She was like, "Please promise me that you will not start doing political comics." And I was like, "Why?" And she was like, "I just don't. They're just not funny. Like, just don't do them." And I
Yeah.
was like, "Okay, I wasn't going. I would never would. Like, it's just not. But I not. It's I never would because it's just not my sense of humor. I just don't
Humor.
really
Yeah,
think it's
yeah.
funny. I mean, but." And it just seems exhausting. Like I know I talk about that all the time, but I would just like I hate having to field stupid comment. I always anytime I post something, I always have to deal with at least one stupid comment, and it's
Not
not
funny.
yeah, something
Not
like that,
funny.
or just like and it's like, sometimes I'll respond to it if I have something funny to say, but other times I'm just like, "Ah, dude, shut the fuck up." And it's like, can you imagine if you're posting comics and like, not can you imagine how you deal with this shit, but I can't imagine having to post every time I post a comic, having to field 50 comments that are just like, this is really damaging, or the other side being like, you're a lib cuck and all this
Yeah,
fucking
dude, it's so fucking crazy. I
fuck
posted that
up.
stupid
So many
that
losers
Italian chick who
can't
became
fuck.
prime minister
Oh
recently. I
yeah,
posted that comic and like, dude,
Mussolini.
there is a clear joke with my comics. Like there's definitely sometimes it's a little more confusing, but there's never where it's like you need to be on this side. This
Yeah.
is what you need to believe and there's like seethe harder leftist and it's like dude
Yeah.
are you
Are you
literally
dumb?
fucking
Yeah,
retarded?
and the
Are you
answer is
fucking
yes.
retarded?
The answer is yes. Like it's like I'm totally have just come to
Oh my
terms with
god,
the
dude.
fact that like the average IQ online is just so low. It has nothing to do with political leaning. It's just like people do not know how to think critically. They either are like they're like, haha, this aligns with my political view,
Yes, yeah.
or they're like, I don't get it. This must this this is making me feel dumb, which
Yeah,
means
dude.
it doesn't align with my political view, and then and there you go.
And
That's
that's
like
what I'm
that's fucking
like.
90% of Twitter.
Maybe I'm doing a little bit of revisionist history on how I don't think my comics are deep, but I'm trying to make fun of that. Where
Yeah.
it's like, I'm on your side here,
Yeah, I get it.
politics.
I get
Yeah.
it. You don't have to
But it's
explain it to
like,
me. I
I know,
get
dude, I'm just
it.
very heated. I'm flushed. I'm
I
heated.
know.
I have a fucking giant mark in the middle of my nose. I'm pissed and I'm mad and
I
I'm taking it out
know.
on you.
Or and
I'm
also
taking it out on you.
it's just funny to me that like can't you think that people with opposing political views to you are funny? Like can't you just think they're
No. No, they're
can't you
not on
think
my
they're funny? Like
side.
who
They're
cares?
not on my side, dude.
Like who cares? That one individual person is not making your life worse in any way. In fact, they might be making it better if you just think that they're funny.
To
You
be
know what I
fair,
mean?
though, I do understand, and I've never done this, which is why I hate when people act like I have. But
Hmm.
I get why people get mad at people like H3 and iDubbbz, where your rise to fame was you doing edgy stuff, and then once you get to your peak or pinnacle, you're like, no one should do that. It's like you're closing the door behind you. I do get that. I do
I
understand
I
that.
do get that. I mean, I'm 50-50 on it, and I'll tell you why. It's like I do understand.
Lay it
And
on me, Bubba.
I'm not defending either of those guys. I don't know them personally, but it's like
Good, because they're cucks and they're not on my side.
sure,
I'm
fine.
anti.
But like I do understand the idea of like when you reach a wider audience, you should you do have something of a responsibility to or just if you want to stay successful, right? If you want to stay successful, you have to adjust your scope. You have to. And it doesn't mean like what I'm saying that what they did wrong, what you shouldn't do is completely shut the door on be like, "Oh, all you people that have been fans of me because of my edgy humor, guess what? I'm not making edgy humor anymore and you're not a fan." Like that. Okay, that's stupid, but you can adjust your content if you want to keep growing. You can adjust your content to appeal to a wider audience. As long you without you can do it without selling your integrity. It's
Mhm.
possible. It's possible. It happens with fucking like okay, think about all right. I'm not gonna be able to think of somebody off the top of my head, but it happens with like a major think of it as like a director of a movie, right? You might have somebody like
Max Landis's father.
Max Max Landis. Oh yeah, there you go. No, let's not use that as an example. Let's
I like how
use.
your brain was like, who is?
I was
Wait,
like, who
who?
is that? Should we talk about that?
How about we just say this?
Well,
If you guys want to see Max Landis interviewed by us, type
type. Mm,
type ballsack cum in the comments below, and we'll know.
I
Okay.
was gonna say something actually less appropriate than that, but I'll tell you
Oh, hey, hey.
afterwards.
What were you gonna say? We can still change it.
No. It's like let's not go there. Let's not get into it.
Before I totally threw you off track,
What the fuck was I
what were you
talking
gonna
about? I
say, dude?
completely forgot.
Dude,
Oh,
Daphne makes fun of me for this every. I have to just get it out because I'm
go
shitting on
ahead, go ahead,
myself.
go ahead,
But
go ahead.
Daphne is always like, "Why do you literally talk over Harris all the fucking time?" And,
No,
dude,
I don't.
dude, I do. I really do.
I
Bro. I
don't
feel
feel
like
that way. I
there's been
actually
so
feel
many
like
times I watch a clip and I'm like, Harris is so funny right here, and then I'm just like, like
dude, no,
I mean, you just fucking ruin it.
I feel the opposite way. I actually feel like if I'm listening back to our podcast, I'm listening to it and I'm like, Jesus Christ, I'm talking so fucking much. This kid needs to
No, dude, your
I'm
shit's
thinking of
good. You have
myself. I'm
like
like,
you're like the meat and potatoes, and then I'm just like,
I
I'm
don't
telling
feel
you,
that
bro. I'm
way.
telling you.
I don't feel that way. What the fuck was I going to say though? Oh, I was okay. This is not a good analogy, but I'm thinking about something like totally not a good analogy, but maybe it will translate my idea. Is like somebody like a really famous director like Martin Scorsese or something like that, right? Like one of his early movies that really put him on the map. I think it was probably the first one that won an Oscar for him, or maybe Robert De Niro won it. But like
Taxi
Taxi
Driver,
Driver, right? You've seen it, right?
of course. It's
Great
kind of
movie.
literally the prototype for the Joker movie, but we can get into that later.
Totally. Yeah, I could see that. It's a good movie, but it's a little more insular. It's a small cast. The um plot of the movie is a little less like it's linear, but it's not traditional, and it's a strange movie, you know what I mean? And
Mhm.
like, but it put him on the map because it was really thoughtful and intense in parts and kind of a spectacle, right? But then you got a director like Martin Scorsese. Okay, now he's whoa, just raking in the cash from this Taxi Driver movie, and look at all this clout that me and my boy Robert De Niro have. Like, whoa, we got some money, and now now fast forward, we're making movies that are still true to his vision, the way that I see it. Right, you can still totally see a Scorsese movie and know that it's a Scorsese movie because there's certain structural elements that he uses, but he made them appeal to a wider audience. Like
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
if he had started with Goodfellas and then released a movie like Taxi Driver, he'd have a big chunk of his audience like Martin, what the fuck is this, dude? Like what are you
Yeah.
making? You know what I mean? And I think like I'm not comparing H3 and iDubbbz to Scorsese. I don't think that they're anywhere near that like level of talent or, whatever. It doesn't matter. They're just guys. All of these people are just people. But like, um, I think there's something to that where it's like you start with something, you establish a niche audience that really likes this particular flavor because what you're doing is really unique. And then once you have a bigger audience, you can adjust your scope to appeal to that wider audience.
It's the difference between something becoming a cult classic
Uh-huh.
because, people like you or who think the same way you do all flock to it and love it, and
Sure.
something becoming mainstream.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But Goodfellas is mainly, but it's also critically acclaimed and a very good movie that you can get a lot out of if you watch it, thoughtfully. Like it's still a great movie.
Yeah.
Getting big doesn't mean you have to sell out, but I don't think it's necessarily a fair thing to throw at some of these guys and say, and okay, like I'm like I don't want to throw. I'm not trying to throw shade when I say this.
Throw it, baby. You know what? Think about your thoughts a little bit. Talk to the audience. We only have 4 minutes, 20 seconds, and I was like, I can hold it. I'm going to piss myself.
Okay, I'm
Dude,
actually going. I'm going to piss my pants too. Why don't we just pause it so we both pee, and then I'll share what I
that
was going to
sounds
say.
good. We'll,
You want
we'll
to
be
just pause
back.
it for a
We'll be
second? Okay,
back.
we'll be back. We'll
We'll
be
be back.
back.
We back. Dude,
We're
I
back.
was literally like, if you guys look at the episode right before we end it there to pee, I'm literally like, fucking
It's crazy
spinning
because
around, dude.
I was thinking the second that we started the last recording, I was like, I should have taken a piss before we started this because I have to go right now.
Dude,
And I
I
was like,
thought you
I
were gonna
gotta
be like
power through it.
weak bladder.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you had to pee too, bro. It was, whew, it's like a racehorse, baby. Holy,
What were we talking about before we got cut off?
we were saying some beautifully deep shit, but
Oh, that's the other thing that I notice when we're talking about this shit is I'm always like, God, anytime I start talking, it's like, where's the fucking haha? I'm always talking about some deep shit. But it's because these fucking Twitter and internet people always they got me on my philosophical shit because I'm always just like, why are you gay? Why are you the way that you are? Like
well, dude,
literally, I'm always like,
you and
why
me
are
are
you like
literally
this?
like Dionysus and the other guy. Like we're the modern age. Watch out, Zizek. We're coming for you, bro. We're
Like,
philosophizing over
actually,
here.
I think Dionysus was the drunk one, but that's
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 me.
for me too.
That's me. Hey,
Hey, Babu! Oh,
Okay,
damn, you
Bababoo.
trucked through that thing.
Yeah, I fucking blew through it. While you're trying to remember what you were saying, I'm gonna say this.
Go ahead.
Keith Stack, come on the fucking podcast. We keep getting emails. I have one
Yeah.
pulled up here. Hey, Keith, do you mind coming on? Oh, I'm a little too busy. And then he does 5 other podcasts.
I
Come on,
know.
Cold Cuts, you fuck,
Come on,
dude.
cold cuts. I know. What are you afraid of?
I
No,
will
yeah,
come to your house.
dude,
I will make you. Yeah, I'm
I
gonna
know.
go
What
crazy.
the fuck do we have to do? I love
so
that.
pissed.
I love that guy. But yeah, we
You
did
do
get
it because
another
he probably
email.
thinks I'm a disgusting baboon, but he
You
gave you
are.
a shout out. I am a disgusting baboon. I'm literally like built like a fucking. My body was designed for literally
Okay.
manual labor, like in the mines. Like I'm literally a little squat fucking Italian man. But
Quick, if you've listened this far in the podcast, are you Team Beetle or Team Dog?
yeah, let us know because my mom is Team Beetle and it makes me angry. She was like, I watched your podcast and Harris dresses up so nice. Like, why don't you put on a little
I feel
suit?
schlubby. And also it's funny because I feel like all my friends are team dog. I think they all think that you're funnier than I am, which you
Let's
are funnier than I
go.
am,
Nah,
but
nah,
like
nah, nah, nah.
yeah.
Hey, we're in this together. We're equal.
We have different skill sets.
Let me see if there's a question in this because it was mainly just to get Keith to come on. Oh,
there
here's my
there was a
question.
question. There was a
Do you
question,
have
yeah.
any comics that you've never posted due to being too edgy? No, but I have had concepts where I'm like,
Yeah, it's not too funny.
eh. Not that it even wasn't too funny. I thought it was funny, but I kind of like handicap myself because I'm like, this is gonna make people angry.
Hmm.
But when I went to that meeting, or not even a meeting, it was just this dude who's kind of fresh. He's like my homie, but he's very hip and cool and above me. He does like Finn Wolfhard's. Um, you know how actors have to record videos to send in
Hmm.
audition. He does like Finn Wolfhard's editor tape. So the guy's in the business, but he was like, the best piece of advice I could give you is you need to make more people angry. So since then, I've kind of been embracing that kind of
That's
mindset. But
interesting.
up until then, I can't think of any recently, but especially after the Stone Toss break, there were many times where I was like, oh, people are going to think I'm friends with him if I do this type of comic or whatever. But I think I'm
Uh-huh.
kind of over that shit. It was a
Yeah,
very
you should.
cringe mindset to
Yeah, you
have.
shouldn't let it like control you. But that's also kind of weird advice from that guy. Like I don't like. I
Well, I
feel like
don't
that could be
think
misinterpreted really easily. Like I don't
I
know.
think
Like what's he
so
getting
too,
at?
but I know he's like super. Well, his whole point was like, because he's kind of like a right wing type dude, and his whole
Okay.
thing was like, if you keep making people angry to an extent, but you're making good shit, you're gonna find one or two guys who produce stuff who are like, I fucking love this guy, and
Hmm.
I need to make something with him. Which I kind of get what he's saying. I mean, it's
Okay.
kind of the antithesis to what you were saying in terms of, in order to succeed big, you have to be more not milk toast, but more digestible to the main audience.
Well, I've flip-flopped on that because actually, not to correct you, but just to make my point clear is
You
like,
calling me fucking retarded?
yes, when we were on with Vosh, he said we were talking about Hassan, and he was talking about how Hassan is a little milk toast and like
Pussy,
appeal,
pussy. Sorry,
yeah,
what?
and
Yeah.
appeals to like a wide audience, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was actually saying that actually it feels like these days to get big, you have to be the opposite point that actually you have to be doing shit that's like fringe, right?
Yeah.
Like that's how you get fucking attention. But I don't know, I could flip flop on that. There's people who do it both ways. Like,
We're
I don't know.
centrists, baby. We have no real
Are
opinions.
we?
We flip flop and slip slop, whatever
It's
we
like
want.
I don't consider myself a centrist at all. I just consider myself like I like to think that I'm just a normal human being, but then like I the way that
Literally,
other
same.
the other way the way that other people react to shit makes me think like, common sense, it's not all that common, right? Isn't that what they say?
Dude,
It feels that way though. Like just like what the fuck? I mean, like people just react so badly to shit all the time. Even
it's
people that I know and care about react badly to shit. And I'm
it's
like, what
just
are
the
you doing?
team mentality, bro. Where it's like, okay, I'm on the right, which means everything a right wing person says is correct, or I'm on the left, so everything a left wing person says is correct. When it's like, dude, you can look at each individual case and make a different opinion.
Yeah.
And I think that's why people centrists, and it's like, no, I just think, for example, the flute thing with Lizzo,
Hmm.
kill yourself. Okay, I don't think she's shitting on white people by playing James Madison's flute. If I
Right.
saw James Madison, if he came back alive and I had that flute, I'd
Kick his
shove it up his
ass.
ass, bro. I'd shove it
Yeah.
into his
Beat him
anus.
over
Like,
the head with it.
you're a
Yeah.
man and you play flute, kill yourself. Like it's like it's so
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
cringe to work
No,
yourself up and shit over. It's just so it's
it's
embarrassing.
an embarrassing
And I
trait.
get it if
Yeah.
you're in your very early 20s, you've got the blood pumping, you should be in a war zone, you want to fight about shit. But if you're older than 25 and that type of stuff still appeals to you, or you get angry about like Black Ariel, kill yourself. Listen
Seriously.
to me, take my advice, neck yourself right now. I guarantee it. You'll make everyone
Wait,
around
we're
you
trying to
happy.
be monetized. We're trying to get
Oh right, yeah. Wait
monetized.
a minute.
Stop, 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 stop.
Love
It's all
yourself.
jokes. Love
Love
yourself.
yourself.
Love
Yeah,
yourself.
a little centrist humor for all of you. Enjoy.
I do remember what with a. Oh wait, what was the question in this email? What was the question?
Oh right. I just closed it. He also didn't want us to say his full name, so I'm not going to. But
What was it?
um, oh, have I answered it? But have you had anything where you came up with an idea and you decided it was too
Oh,
edgy? You had one
it's.
yesterday,
I was
actually, that
just
you
telling
told
you
me.
about it. I think it was either today or yesterday. I was just telling
Yeah,
you about it. I was never. I didn't. It didn't even make it to the notes app.
you were
Right? Like I.
saying like slavery was good because
No.
yeah, no, no, what was
Even worse than that, I had this like I just fucking hate people with blue check marks. Like if you're verified on Twitter or Instagram, and I've never heard of you, fucking please love yourself. Like
yes.
like what the fuck are you
To counter
doing?
that, though, there is someone who was supposed to be on today's podcast, but they had an emergency pitch meeting who has a
Hmm.
blue check mark, the creator of HBO's Animals. I do
Okay.
like him,
Yeah, sure,
and
but
he's
I'll
also
talk to
coming
him
on in the
about that.
future.
I'll
Yeah, yeah.
address that with him.
We can
And
talk, we can
also
make fun of him a little bit.
he actually has, but okay, that's different because he actually has some tangible, concrete. I made this and it's on a major streaming platform. Give me my blue check
My
mark.
check, yeah,
But
yeah.
when I see people that I'm just like, dude, who the fuck are you? And they have a check mark. Dude, I see people that are like on Instagram that are like, ooh, athlete or something like that. And they have like 1,000 followers and a blue check mark. And I'm like, dude, why the fuck or do you have a blue check? You're not famous. You're just a guy. Like you just like what? I see that shit all the time. Some of
Yeah,
these fucking
it's
is
pretty embarrassing, dude.
dude, some of these Instagram models have fucking blue check marks, and I'm like, what?
Show
What's
me
the
your
fucking
hole and
they're
shut
just
up.
dude, they're just handing it out to anyone anyway. Oh yeah, so my joke was well, it was actually I was more trying to pitch it as a YOLO swag comic
I think it would
because
be a good yo. I might have to
I
bust
think
it
you
out.
should
Yeah.
steal it because I'm simply not going to make it. It was never going to happen. But it was basically like I was going to try to parallel the blue check mark with the yellow Star of David that Jews had to wear during Nazi occupied Germany. And but instead of it being a sign that you're Jewish, it's a sign that you're retarded. And which I thought, which is like, I just like, I just want to fucking like, if I met somebody in real life and they had a blue check mark, like as a physical thing, I would like lunch tray, like smack it out of their fucking hand. It's like the stupidest shit you can possibly have. Because I know you had to ask for it. The Twitter does, I don't think
Yes.
Twitter
Yeah.
gives it to you unless you're fucking like
No, it's like Instagram and Twitter. You have to apply.
but like, do they like if you're like Brie Larson and you just join Twitter, I think that they reach out to you and they're like, "Hey, can we give you a blue
Probably
check
if you're
mark?"
like a
Like
celeb.
if you're
Yeah.
like big celeb, but
Hers
if
should
you're
be taken away for those toes, bro. Oh my fucking god, they're scary.
anyway, that would
And
be a
you know
good
what? The
yellow
chick
spike
who
comic.
sent us the feet picture, she should be given one for her ability to make a W with her feet. That is
Yes,
insane.
that's insane. You should be in Guinness Book of World Records
Oh,
for
100%.
webbiest toes or
Yeah.
whatever you
We
call
got
it.
to make some cold cut socks merch and have her wear them. She'll be our official cold cut
Oh,
socks person.
did
Yeah.
you just have like $1 million idea? I think we just
Oh,
had a million
baby, I
dollar
got a
idea on
ton of them.
pod.
I got a
That's
ton of them.
good. That's good. Anyway, I was gonna finish my point, which is kind of
Please,
shit
yes, as
talky.
I
It's a little
fucking
shady.
stamp trample all over you.
No, it was good we got that question out because we were gonna fucking run right through this 40-minute block anyway. I'm really not. I doubt that this clip circulates back to him. I know he's a busy guy, but I'm not really trying to throw shade. But yeah, it's like what I was saying about, okay, equal parts that you can fucking clown H3 and you can clown iDubbbz for the fact that it's like, oh, you guys got mainstream and you got soft and you turned on your edgy audience and all this stupid shit. And like, you won't collaborate with Sam Hyde because he's right wing or edgy and you don't want to affiliate with that. Like, you're a pussy because of that or some shit. And it's like, okay, that's one side of it. Here's the other side of it. And I don't disagree with any of that. I think that is like partly true.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like the other side of it is that uh Sam Hyde is like he feels like success repellent. Like it's like, do you know what I mean? Like the dude
Yeah,
cannot like, I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like I don't know what to tell you, dude.
I
You know
would love
everything.
to have Vosh on to talk about this because he had a take on it,
Really,
and I don't know if it's similar to yours, but his was that Sam was a bad dude. But to me, there's some stuff Sam's done that falls flat. But dude, I'm sure there's stuff I've done where people are like, "Is Yola Swag retarded?" You know what I mean? But to me, the worst part about Sam and the reason he got blacklisted isn't him. It's his 50% of his audience fucking sucks
yeah, they're
ass, dude.
terrible.
They
They do
fucking
suck.
suck ass, and they're like, Sam hates black people. We love that about him. And it's
Yeah.
like, dude, he literally, the song I was listening to before we just started this, and you were like, what are you listening to? He did like some diss track on Anthony Fantano with a black guy. Okay.
All right, technical difficulties.
I'm back. I had to piss again. Dude, it
Jesus, dude.
froze on such a. I thought you were so offended by my take. I was like, uh oh.
Dude, it's
Uh
like
oh.
I literally heard the first two words of your take and my internet just fucking stopped.
The
Maybe we
main
can
thing was
edit
just
that.
that Sam Hyde's half of, not the majority of his audience, but a large portion of his audience fucking sucks ass, dude. Like,
Yeah,
sucks ass.
yeah, dude, I agree, and it's like it's just he doesn't do anything to help it. And I'm not saying that he needs to go on Twitter and be like, hey, guess what? If you're right wing and you follow me, you need to get out of here right now. Like that would be fucking stupid. But it's
Just
like you
very
can, you
sassy.
know what I mean? But it's like that would be kind of funny if you did that actually. But it's also like
Dude, that's what I did. And I think it's cringe. I think there's a way to go about it a better way. I wish I didn't go about it the way I did, um, but
dude,
there,
it's
it's
but you
it's real though. I mean, it's
it's
like
like,
a
but he could at least have not when he got the Adult Swim show, he could have at least not made skits that were about like this white supremacy or
dude.
like
The Jewish skits
race
suck
mixing
so
or the
much.
Jewish
The
skits or like
Jewish
things
sketch
like
is
that.
so you know the one I'm talking about where he rolls the boulder up the hill.
Yeah.
That's the number one garbage Sam Hyde content where it's like not funny at all. And if you find it
Yeah.
funny, you're a huge fag.
And it's
You're
like,
such a fag. If
dude,
like
this is what I
Jews
keep
bad.
it's like I know. And that's why I kind of feel like I'm at a point where I'm like, I know I keep saying all this shit on podcasts where I'm like, yeah, I'm still like a fan of Sam Hyde, and yeah, I'm still like a fan. But it makes me now I'm like just like, does that make me a fucking cuck that I even follow this guy? Because he doesn't even fucking like Jews. So
Well, dude,
why should I even care?
I don't think I'm not gonna be Sam Hyde's defense force, but I don't think.
Part of it's ironic or whatever the fuck. I mean,
I think
right?
a
I don't
lot of it's
know.
ironic, and I think this is why we gotta have Vosh on, because Vosh's whole take was that he was kind of that type of bad person pretending to be ironic, but I really
Like
don't
if
think
I
he has an
know,
issue with Jews. I think it's just funny to some people. And this was my whole take on. I feel like I'm trying not to mention him, but I'm bringing him up for this point. But the whole Stone Toss thing, where it's like you build a certain audience and they're expecting a certain type of humor, and if you try to
uh-huh,
go elsewhere, it falls flat. So you almost have to lean into that, which I think
right.
he kind of got caught up in. But and watch this bite me in the ass. Watch in like 5 years, Sam Hyde actually blows up a synagogue, and I'm like,
Well,
oopsie.
that's what I'm saying is that it just feels like we keep playing this game where it's like, haha, you're mad? Guess what, dipshit? He was joking the whole time. And it's like, buddy, it's been 18 years. Like, dude, at what point does it stop being a joke? Please tell me because okay, if it's just so big brain that I don't get it, okay, man, you fucking got me because I really don't think you like Jews. Like, I
Yeah.
really don't like.
But to counterpoint what you're saying and to kind of give evidence to what I'm trying to say is I loved the skit. They brought the Adult Swim executives in to watch them film this one. And it was literally
What
originally
was
it was a
that?
song called Jews Rule, but they changed it to
Okay.
Jews Rock. And it's just like
Okay.
a bunch of kids dancing, talking about how Jews rock. And then it cuts to the Adult Swim executives like, not even paying attention, just like on their phones. But
Yeah.
stuff like
Dude,
that's funny.
that's funny. That's funny. You can
Yeah.
make shit like that and it's funny. Like I'm not like I'm not just like, oh, you made fun of Jews. You're a fucking bigot. It's
Yeah, yeah. I don't. Yeah, I
it's
don't.
not
I
like
hope I'm
that.
not
It's not
implying
like
that you
that.
think. Yeah,
No,
I don't think
no.
you
I'm
feel that
trying to
way.
just
Yeah.
clarify my point is that like it's just like, dude, like right now it feels more likely that you're going to bomb a synagogue than it feels like you're going to
Donate to a synagogue.
have a successful career in the
Oh yeah.
entertainment industry.
Well,
Like
he's totally blacklisted. I don't think he's ever going to be able to do that.
I know, but it feels like there's still this resurgence of him kind of like, his celebrity hasn't died on the
It's
internet.
a
He's like an
resurgence, but it's forced. I mean, it's just going to remain underground, I think.
it's just yeah, he's never going to be in like the mainstream or he's never going to have a show on any platform probably because he just keeps digging a deeper like ditch for himself. And it's like if you're so big brain, dude, and you're so fucking clever that I don't even understand your jokes. They're going completely over my head because you're just so fucking wouldn't you have a better fucking business acumen? Wouldn't you be able to tell that once you were on fucking national TV that you could like, if you're such a funny guy, you could curb your humor to fucking not
Well,
get your shit canceled? I
I don't
mean,
even
right?
think it
Am I
has to
totally off
be.
base? I don't know.
No, I don't think you're off base, but I think maybe I'm just reading too far into your implication. I don't think it has anything to do with censoring yourself. Like if something's actually funny, it's funny.
Right?
But
No,
when
I'm
it's
not calling
like,
for that. Yeah, I'm not calling
but
for censorship.
right,
That's not
but
it.
that like just going back to that skit I fucking hate. The whole joke is that mankind is trying to succeed and then the Jew is just like I'm preventing you from succeeding. And it's like the
Uh-huh.
punchline there is that just like Jews bad.
It's like
Jews bad. It's like, dude, if you're going to do that, make it
make
fucking
make it
funny.
funny. Make it
Make it
funny.
funny.
Isn't this the thing that we keep talking about with these edgy humor type dudes that it's just like where is the haha? When does the
Yeah.
haha happen?
There's a fine line between or not a fine line. There's a scale, okay? There's the middle of the road shit where it's like that skit where it's like you have to be fucking retarded to think it's hilarious because it's like jangling literally keys in front of a baby like and the
Uh-huh.
keys say Jews bad and you're like
And you're like,
and then there's the
that's
far
good.
side where it's literally retarded humor like Vosh Obama watermelon
No,
where it's
that's
like
funny.
it's just funny
That's
because it's
funny.
like or like a meme that just says the N word and it's like has nothing to do with it.
Like,
It's like
dude, I mean, I'm not opposed to right-wing comedians, and I'm certainly not opposed to like people who clown. I don't think this guy's right-wing, but I'm gonna shout him out because, dude, I think he's super funny. Is the real online boy guy? I know that we
oh,
both
he's
follow
cool.
and talk
Yeah,
to.
yeah, he's great.
He's super
I don't
funny,
think
and
he's right. Yeah, I
no,
don't
no,
think he's
no,
right
I
wing
don't think
either.
he's right-wing, but he's not right-wing to my eye, but he does, not that it matters, but he does do like really funny bits where he's like sitting in the audience or like it's like, oh my God, I'm
Whatever that
so
shitty
embarrassed.
ass. Who was
Like,
that bitch that had the worst talk show
yes,
ever?
he does it with her, Lily Singh. I was just watching it, like the Lily
Dude,
Singh one, and then
I could literally sit on stage and shit, and the
yes.
fecal matter that came out of my ass would be funnier than that
Yes,
woman.
but like the way that he frames it, where he's like laughing over, dude,
Yeah,
shout out
yeah.
to that guy. Like when he's laughing
Follow
over
him.
that
Yeah, Real
shit,
Online Boy on Twitter and
super
Instagram.
funny.
Baller. We gotta
But
bring him. We gotta have him
we
on
should bring
sometime.
him on. That'd be great. But there's that one, and he does one with like Trevor Noah also. But it's all of these fucking like, what do you even call them? Like late night talk show people that it's just like, you made it, baby. You're in Hollywood, and they're like they're literally the least funny humans on the planet. Like just like, how the fuck did you guys get this gig?
That's
You
the
know what I
negative
mean?
side to what you were talking about, where, the concept of mellowing out your humor
Uh-huh.
to the point where you become someone
Oh,
like that, where
right.
it's like,
That's garbage. Like that is
oh,
complete
but
schlock. Yeah.
that's the other side of the coin for Jews bad, ooh, and then
Right.
Trump bad.
But again, it's like it feels again like we're reiterating this point where it's just like, why can't there just be some shit in the middle? Not even in the middle politically, but in the middle just like fucking funny and not either of this
That's
shit.
dude,
Like you
that's the
don't
key
have to
word you
be
just
this
said
shit.
though. It doesn't I don't care if you're I mean, I would care if you're like a far right Nazi or like a fucking fruity ass far right left person.
Mm,
But if you made something funny, it's funny. Okay,
hmm
that's like a thing where it's like, and there's tons of people out there who are fucking douchebag scumbags on both sides where something is inherently funny and they're like, this is not on my side. I don't think it's funny anymore. And it's like, kill yourself. Sorry, I love you, love yourself.
Love yourself.
But just be that should be the key word of this episode if you guys take this away. Be funny.
Be
Be
funny. Be
funny.
funny. Send brap videos. So that shit's
Yes.
funny. It's good, especially
But
when
I
you
I
get
think
us.
a lot of people hear that though and get this misconception where like, oh, so I can't tell off color humor. No one's saying that. And dude, there's times where I'm sure I've done it myself and I'm not aware of where it's like I was trying to be funny, but it just came off as like mean and it
Hmm
wasn't funny. And
hmm
that's what's gonna happen as a comedian. And that's why I think Kramer is not a good example because he was not telling jokes. He was just calling
So
someone
he
the
was
N
like
word.
having, yeah, he was having like an episode.
A
Yeah.
meltdown. But there's going to be times where, especially if you're in the edgy humor section, right or left, where your joke falls flat, there's
hmm
nothing wrong with that. And I don't think you have to apologize.
No.
But your goal should always be to be funny.
Funny. Yeah.
Be funny.
Funny. And it's not, you're not going to be funny every time, but you also
No.
don't have to like, it just feels like a cop out at this point. You know, I mean, also, I know what's his name, with the Nazi accusations, dude, I'm like literally only one Jack Daniels deep, and I'm already just like, what the fuck
Dude,
is
yeah,
that guy's name? Stone
I'm
Toss.
right there
I
with
was
you.
gonna talk about Stone Toss. His whole thing is like, oh my God, I just like Googled him for some reason. I don't know why. I think I was like looking him up, and I saw that like when I Googled him, I had to take a screenshot because it was just funny to me. It's just like, yeah, it's his website, stonetoss.com. And the first thing that it says under Stone Toss is it says
The
the
N
N word.
word.
The N word. Do you know what the N word is? And I was like, okay, that's funny. That might be your greatest work yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like he gets called a Nazi and he's like, no, no, I'm transgressive. And it's like, what the fuck? Are you retarded? Please, honestly, please. Can somebody explain that to me?
Dude,
Sorry. Love
no, you're
yourself.
no, yeah, love yourself. Right, right. Dude, I'm not on the Stone Toss Defense Force, and the reason I was buddies with him 4 or 5 years ago was because
Well, he may be a nice guy, right? Sorry, I don't want to cut you off. He may be a nice person to you, right? Like in real life, what people do online isn't necessarily how they are in real life. So, sorry, I
but
don't know
no,
why
no,
I even went on that tangent,
no,
but it's just
no,
like,
that totally makes sense, but I wasn't even looking at him as real life. I was looking at his content. And to me, it was when I, first engaged with him, it was like, a
hmm
guy trying to be funny. And I really think it was just, again, I'm not in this guy's head. The only reason I did stand up for him for so long, because I thought he was similar to me, where it was just like you like to make edgy humor. And I think we talked about it once or twice, but there are some of his comics where the joke is really edgy and there's people who would be super offended, but it's like, it's funny.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And
The Two Wolves Inside Me comic that you guys collaborated on is funny.
I don't know what you're
That shit
talking
is funny.
about. I'm
I'm
not sure
sorry.
what you're
Should I?
talking about. No, dude. No,
Sorry. Maybe I imagined that. Yeah.
no. Well, when we broke up, he pulled my name off of that comic
Did he
I think
really?
as a favor to me, because part of it was
Oh.
I didn't really want to be associated with him anymore. No, he wasn't like I'm taking away, I'm
Yeah, I'm
revoking your
taking
writing of
away.
this comic, but
Interesting.
it's always complicated with him, and I think some people may misread what I'm saying as I'm still best buds with him or I do support his work, but to me the problem with Stone Toss is the same problem with Sam Hyde, where it's the audience mainly and it's wanting to play up to a certain Jew bad, black bad, and it's like
hmm
if I don't know. I hate even talking about it, bro, because I feel like I'm in a weird middle ground place where I have to
Yeah,
defend
sorry. It
both
was my
sides.
fault. I kind of waded into this
No,
territory.
you're
I
good.
just feel like it came out kind of
You're good.
naturally.
Hey, I could never hate you, sweetie. My mom says you're the handsome one of the podcast, so I have to
She's
support.
wrong.
I have to
She's
support her,
just
bro.
no, she's just
It's
saying.
just so funny to me because I saw a few internet comments, especially when we did the Vosh episode, like, did this dude really wear a suit to interview Vosh? And then my mom's take on it is like, you should be wearing a suit just like Harris.
Yeah,
He's
that's
such a
funny.
sweet, beautiful boy. And
Yeah,
it's
that's right.
like, all right,
I mean,
mom.
I did wear the suit as a bit to. I mean, it was a bit like I was wearing it because I thought it was funny to interview Vosh and that thing. But then I wore it again the second time that we talked to him. It
Bro,
is
I'm wearing a
funny.
suit.
I was
Female
thinking,
boy inspector. It's
yeah,
gonna look like a
that's what's
suit.
up. I mean, dude, honestly, I have been thinking about. I don't have enough money to buy the suits for it, but like, you know what kind of swag is like? I could get into this is like the fucking like Japanese like salaryman like vibe where like dude's just wearing like
Very
fucking
thin tie.
like just a suit every day. Like you're just always
My
wearing a
dream is to
suit.
do that once I drop 40 pounds and I'm back at my college weight. I
You
can't,
just
dude. I
start doing
cannot
that.
believe I'm still 215 pounds because I do kind of have the second double chin coming in, but like
You
most people I
really don't look
see,
that. You don't
that's
look
my point. Yeah,
that
most
big.
people I see who like, I'll show, you know what? Let me show a little bit of tummy on the podcast. Let me
All
just so
right,
people
let's
know
see
where
it.
I'm coming from.
Here we
But
go. This is a reason
most
to
dudes I
get on
know who
YouTube.
are 220 plus have like a hanging gut.
Yeah, I'm not gonna
Mine
lie.
is kind of like,
This is a
it's not
lot. That's
bad.
actually a little anticlimactic. I think I was
Hey, baby.
expecting.
I do have the fat guy nip line though from bending over. I hate that dude. I remember I posted a nude, not a nude photo. I think it was shirtless, and someone was like, "I can tell you're depressed because you have the fat guy nip line from slouching." And I'm just like, "No, I think I'm just lazy. I think I'm
Just
just a lazy
slouches and bad
fuck." Yeah.
posture. Yeah, because all happy people just walk around like this all the time. They're just all fucking like, oh, I am happy. Are
Dude,
you
I love how
happy?
the goal for this 40-minute segment, I was like, so the episode's not too long. Let's wind it down. And
I know. Here
we're
we
already
go.
at the 8
It's
minute
another. It's another Burt
minutes left.
Reynolds. It's another Burt Reynolds
No, that episode was
Animal
so
Hour
long. Dude, I pulled up a new episode, new
question.
email, and do you remember those shitty Grubhub commercials with the animated like Pixar people? They used to make me so angry.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
But this guy sent us a picture of the animated Grubhub guy sucking up a sucking up a hamburger with his giant penis.
Yes, like up into the
Um,
urethra.
it's powerful. Oh, but
Yes.
this is. Oh, I didn't even see this was Turbotoxin. I love Turbotoxin.
Great
He's the
photo.
homie. But let's burn through this one before we end. Ahoy, lads! Based on your discussion of what you like about D&D, I think you should try Dungeon Crawl Classics. It's an older version of D&D, blah, blah, blah. For example, every single time a wizard casts a spell, there's a chance they get a second head or tentacles or something. Admittedly, I'm biased. If you ever need a DM, I'd love to run it for you. That's
Hmm.
cool. Dude,
Thanks.
we should get your guys' opinions because I think the plan is to eventually do a Patreon so we could do bonus episodes and maybe some more R-rated stuff that wouldn't fly on YouTube.
Mm-hmm. I
But
mean,
other
also, we just got some mixed responses to the I had a
the
really
video
good
game
time doing the
episode.
video game
Yeah, I had a
episode.
good time
I,
too.
I actually wouldn't mind doing an episode that was even more video game centric because that one was kind of like we could still chat while you
Very
were
easy
playing
to
it.
yeah.
And I think like we could actually be playing a game that's more like involved and but I think rather than it being like an hour and a half long podcast like this, we could probably edit it down into something that's closer to like 20 or 30 minutes. But or even live stream it would be kind of fun. I have no familiarity with that, but it would be sort of cool. Yeah, the response was like on one hand, people were like, "Oh, I love this video game. I love that you guys were playing this and stuff like that." But then we also got some people that were like, "I listen to this podcast at work, and I can't be watching you guys play a video game. Can you please go back to doing the regular
I
podcast?"
get that though
I
because
understand.
like
It's a fair comment.
yeah.
I think like we probably need a pretty solid distinction between the two types of content, but I don't want to give up on the video game thing because it's really
No.
fun. And I also think like here's my counter argument to that is like yeah, maybe you can't watch it directly, but it's like it reminds me of the vibe of when you're actually at your boy's place and
Yeah.
playing video
Yeah.
games. You know what I mean? You're just kind of like shooting the shit and playing video games at the
I
same
think the
time.
plan for now, and we may tweak it, is you guys will get an occasional, maybe like once a month, twice a month, a video game
We'll stream
episode, but
something. Yeah.
yeah, stream it. But I think that might be the move. Once we do get a Patreon going,
Hmm.
I think that'll be the move. And yeah, I got to talk to my patrons about this, but I think I am gonna nuke my Patreon. And I think when we make one, there's no Patreon out there right now that would be giving as much as us, but you would be getting access to like all of our comics early, bonus episodes, videos of anime girls farting as their cheeks clap together and they moan,
Yes.
trading cards,
Yeah, physical like
drawings,
merch. Yeah, like shit that we're
stickers,
sending. Yeah.
like yeah, I'm actually like, because the whole concept of like charging people for stuff, I always feel bad about. But this is the first time I've ever looked at it like that's like fresh.
It's a
You're
lot. You
getting
get a
so
lot.
much fucking fresh
Yeah,
shit,
it's
and then
true.
I think we are gonna do. Listen, if you're a Cumtown listener, I know you get your little executive. You get your name at the end of the episode at the $15 tier, but I think ours might be a little higher. But I think we are gonna do. If you really like this and you want to be an executive producer and get your name at the end of the episode and have a whole like executively produced by
Hmm.
Hitler Penis
We'll have a tier for
1488,
that. Yeah, we'll have a
you
tier
can
for
do
that.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I mean,
We're still working out the kinks, but
we're
this will
still
probably
working on it.
be
We're still very new to this. I know Vosh
yeah.
kind of gave us like a bit. Let me dab my head gingerly.
Uh-huh.
I know
Very
Vosh kind
nice.
of gave us a big boost, but theoretically, if Vosh had never come through here, I think we'd still be slightly smaller. So we're still fucking ironing out the kinks. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? We
Yeah.
also got
And
to figure out how to have my goal was to have him on every 1,000.
we just breezed right
We
through it
blew
like it was
through that. Yeah.
nothing. Yeah, I
Yeah.
know.
He
We're
must have shouted us
already
out or something.
I think he might have. Yeah. I mean, I've been messaging him here and there. Dude, what a
He
sweet
takes
guy.
so long. He's a
Sweet guy.
sweetie. I don't like how long he takes to respond. Listen, Voshites, I know you're listening, and I know a
It's
lot of you are like, we love Vosh with these two. We love him. DM him right now and say, yo, collab with Cold Cuts more, okay? Because I
I,
feel bad. I feel bad
yeah.
bugging him.
I
But
mean, dude, I know the streaming thing is it's more his wheelhouse, but I did message, I did one of the things that I sort of put to him was like, it'd be kind of fun if the three of us streamed a video game together. Like we were all playing something and we were like
I don't
streaming
want
it
to
while
play
we were
his
playing.
lefty video games.
What does he play?
I don't. I
Like
have no idea what
Stardew
he plays.
Valley?
I
What's a
know he's
lefty video
playing.
game?
God, I know I mentioned this on the episode, but there's this. I'm gonna forget what the video game's called, but it's like a detective game that's has lefty vibes. But that George Alexopoulos guy was playing it. You know, the guy who does the right wing
Uh-huh.
cartoons.
The
He was
Greek
playing it
guy,
on
yeah,
Twitter
sure.
like, this game is so fun. And then 10 minutes later, there's another tweet that's like, wait a minute, getting lefty vibes from this game. And I was
Yeah,
like,
that's
dude,
funny.
God, that's so gay.
Please, yeah,
Oh,
that dude's funny.
Disco Elysium. I think that's the game, but
I don't know what the hell that is.
I don't know anything about it either. I don't know anything about the gameplay, but we will be playing Hotline Miami soon. Also Pokemon. I think we're gonna do Pokemon Showdown and battle each other.
Oh, that would be really, really
I'm
fun.
so hyped for that, dude.
There were also some games that I would love to stream that I think are still available on like Addicting Games or E-Bombs World or Mini
Oh yeah,
Clip, like some of those things that like
Mini Clips was so
Mini Clip
fucking
was the fucking
fresh,
shit,
dude.
and I feel like that shit is still. Let me see. I'm gonna pull it up right now, real
It's
quick.
still up, I think. I think they tweaked themselves a little bit. There's also probably cool shit on Newgrounds. We could always play Kramer's
Newgrounds,
Hentai Adventure, which was very
dude.
fresh.
Oh, Agario's on here. These are most popular games. Let me see. Web games.
Dude, I fucking love the Kowalski in the background.
Oh, thanks. I would
Mrs.
actually have
Obama.
Mrs. Soho. I actually have this poster that's like sitting here that I haven't hung up yet. That it's like this really fresh MF Doom poster, but
Legend.
I'm almost afraid of hanging it up because I feel like there's gonna be someone like liking MF Doom is soy, but it's like
Dude,
I
they can
fucking
love
love that
themselves, bro.
guy.
MF
I
Doom is the
he love himself.
fucking
I
dude,
fucking
he is not
love
soy.
him. He's
He's
not
fresh
soy,
as
right? He's
hell.
fresh. Maybe I'll hang it up. It's a
Yeah.
dope fucking poster too. It's like a photo of him.
We got a minute
Um,
left, but this was excellent hair. As always, lovely to see my baby boy. I
that's
love you,
right.
bro.
Great
But
episode.
dude,
Good to be
the
back.
best episode yet, they're saying. They're
Yeah,
already saying
already.
it's
I'm
the
already
best
getting
episode
DMs.
yet.
They're like, "Hey, I can sense you guys are recording the best episode ever right
Yeah.
now."
That one guy
Um,
sent us the anime girl farting again, and it's just to show
amazing.
us. Yeah.
Amazing.
Beautiful. You want to wind it? You know what? Give us a
Wind
classic
us down with a
Harris joke.
joke.
I feel like
Okay,
you
I
got a
got a
banger
really
right
good
here.
one. Actually, let me see if I actually might have written something down. Let me check the joke
Okay, yeah,
situation here.
check the joke situation.